Literally a phone call like right off the bat. I love it. Amazing. Now at least I can do this and we're all chilling. From what it looks like, at least. So that's good. There we go. There we go. Now I'll see if the other one does a little better for the Jesus Christ, sound like a ghoul over here. God damn. Now we'll see what the rest of the evening looks like for the part two for the night. We chill, hang out for a bit. Got completely fucking distracted from when I was one to kind of do a little bit. I was like, fuck it. I can still get that shit done later. If at least trying to get some of the other stuff uploaded and everything, so whatever. I also like moms sometimes, but also hate them because it's like my mom hit me up and I was like, "Hey, can you call me later?" And I was like, "Cool, I will in a bit." I do, and she's asleep. And it's just like, what? What's the point of like telling me to hit you up when you're not even there? I don't know. It's just like, really, mom? Like, seriously. Love you, mama, but like, come on now. Come on now. That's a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I swear, if I get like a call from her at like 11 or like at midnight or something, I'm just gonna be like, bruh. Oh my lord! Wow, wow. Thank you, little streams. Oh my god, I cannot wait to get a new goddamn fucking phone stand. Jesus, fucking Christ. Biggest like cascade fucking effect I think we've had right there with that shit. Jesus fucking galonies. Oh my lord. Okay, it should be fine now, but like, what the fuck? God damn. What even caused that? Goodness gracious. Actually, what is this charge on this bitch? I don't know, it's only at 41%. Man. I'll wait a bit before I take it off the charge. I'll let it do its thing. But jeez Louise. I'll get this bad boy loaded up and all that Gucci. Did at least catch up on a little bit of some news today, too, a little bit during the intermission. I didn't realize there was like this one fucking congressman dork fuck that literally just basically said a quiet part out loud with just like how they feel about people. When it came to affordability and the crisis around affordability right now, I'm increasing feeling. I'm just like, oh my god, this wretched motherfucker. It just makes me thinking, like, can we just like start getting the the French mindset about how we address the rich and elite? You know what I mean? I have a feeling that that's probably in the best of nature at this rate. Probably. Putting out the guillotine. Wah, wah. Yeah, let's see if I get this. Oh my god. No wonder things haven't been going. Man, YouTube chat is always fucking. YouTube, you need to fix your bullshit with your UI and stuff, yo. God damn, YouTube. I thought it was fine up until, I guess, now. Lovely. Awesome. Well, gotta deal with that really quick. What the fuck? See that DRI pin on your hat? Fuck yes. Hell yeah. DRI rules. Of course they do. I've seen them live twice. Actually, I have one of their shirts right over here. I should probably wait a minute before yammering about what those chats were for a second. Just to make sure that YouTube at least is working. Hopefully, instead of being stupid. Oh, what the fuck is on my asshole? Besides the butt plug in my butt. Yeah. Get that out. There we go. So what's on the hat? Well, the hat itself is also from a punk band called Los Malvados. You can't really see the text on it, but I mean, besides that, there's Battle Beast, Testament, Against All Authority, Triple Lutz, Saber, the Disorderlies, Vicious Cycle, Sepultura, another Los Malvados pin, Fang, and the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Those are all the punk bands, pin-wise, that are on this hat. On top of it also being on a punk hat itself. I kind of made some upgrades, decided to kind of whip it out again, put some pins back on it and shit like that for the couple shows I was at the other day. Well, Monday and Tuesday. Which, man, it's fucking... the next time Damage comes to town, I'm immediately getting a fucking ticket again, because, like, that shit was just fucking immaculate. I say that much. I can't wait to get back into the fucking, get into at least some of these shows. I'll have to be a little bit more sporadic about when I do them, but fuck. Still can't wait to at least start getting, back into the groove a little bit. What happens one day? Nothing. You just cease to be. That's an interesting flag. Where's it from? It's based off of like this like kind of alternate history kind of thing. Actually like for a video game, actually predominantly, but it's kind of goes beyond it too because it's broadly with the idea of syndicalism. It's like a leftist philosophy, and that was a thing, including these banners too, to an extent with the leftist movement, especially at least in France and in the UK. At least during like the 20s and shit and the 1900s. So, I mean, it has at least some historical origin to it, but at least this flag itself doesn't actually have like specific origin besides that. It just kind of comes from something else that's inspired by that. But, I like the flag, so. Should I believe in Jesus? No. Don't believe in any false idea that, being saved or something is gonna, like, make that better. Like, I want to be worrying about, dog. Worry about, like, maximizing the life that you're in, when it comes to, like, your experience of the now, Are you an anarchist? For the most part, pretty much, yeah. I don't always outright call myself that, but pretty much, I suppose. I like to be, rebellious, and at least when it comes to, being like an anarchist against the state, yeah. I mean, I guess, overall, yeah, pretty much, but I just don't always call myself that all the time. I've surrendered to my AI god, the Basilisk. You've succumbed to the Basilisk? But identify prime as a libertarian socialist. I mean, I used to too. I've just kind of moved a little bit more further left just because, you know, of my own personal like experience, especially when it comes to the idea of like the labor movement and things like that. Which I'm sure you probably agree with too to an extent, but I mean, I've just kind of predominantly put my lens more towards that type of stuff, which isn't like entirely inherently like an anarchist perspective, but it definitely has a lot of roots in it. Like syndicalism tends to overlap strongly with like anarchism and slash like anarcho-syndicalism. Like anarcho-syndicalism slash syndicalism tend to literally kind of go hand in hand and overlap because they pretty much are the same thing. There isn't really like an inherent like specific difference outside of that. Anarcho-syndicalists are a lot more aggressive to the state, you know, while regular syndicalists aren't as much, but pretty much have sort of the same thing. What's your favorite button? What? Well, I mean, out of just the hat? Oh, I got a lot of them that are my favorite. Do you think immigrants are slaves for USA and USA is slave to AI? I mean, no, just because like it goes way more complex than that, but foreigners are Jews come, especially in the West. Well, I'm not a communist, so I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's not communism symbolism right there. That's a different form of leftist symbolism. I mean, I'm calling myself a syndicalist for fuck's sake. That's not being a communist. I ain't a commie. I'm a Cindy. Get it right, man. God. I generally distrust large power structure. Well, so do I. At least, especially in the modern concept as it stands now. So. Same shit, diff pile shit. Well, what a very simplistic way of thinking with that one there, buddy, because they're definitely not the same thing. But, okay. You do you there, boo. You do you, boo. So say it. You probably don't even understand what syndicalism actually is, do you? And brainwashed by incel pedo ideology. Sure. Okay. Totally, bro. I'm definitely part of the ideology that is defending this weird hyper incel like pedo fucking shit, like, you know, defending the Epstein class and the pedophilic like crime organization that is running our fucking country. But you know, yeah, okay. But I'm totally that guy though. I'm definitely a part of that ideology brainwash though. Okay then. All right, bro. These concepts in your obey and make your own system up. Some wait, like some fake like no, that's not even remotely true. There's a history behind what syndicalism is about and all that shit, but it just shows your fucking ignorance and actually goes farther than that, arrogance when it comes to thinking you know better than I do. So I don't know, you want to try again with that? Were you saying that when Brandon was in office? Unironically, yes. Actually, yes, I was, because fuck Joe Biden. Was that supposed to be a gotcha? Nah, I like turtles. Yeah, fair enough. Explain, buddy. What specifically? You have to like elaborate what you want me to explain there, bro. Can't just be like, explain after I said a bunch of different things. Like, you gotta elaborate. Just a little bit. Let's flag me for you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That I can work with. I mean, what it means to me specifically is just that because me, being a leftist that is pro worker and has read up and has been even directly part of experience of the labor movement. I was part of union. I've done worker strikes. I've been a part of different strikes that weren't even a part of my union. I was a part of the UAW strike that happened nationally in this country a couple of years ago, and I've been a part of the teacher strikes here with the Portland Association of Teachers. Including not just stuff like that, but reading the history of the labor movement, realizing that it is one of the main strong pinnacle elements that has challenged the system to create things that we take for granted now, like a somewhat minimum wage, or at least a living wage in some places, or at least the 8-hour workday, basic working conditions, and basic healthcare and things like that. These are things that are taken for granted now, but there were people that literally fought, bled, and died for getting those basic working conditions. And for me, that's what it stands for, and is what I believe for it. Trying to stabilize society. Oh my fucking god! You literally don't know a fucking jack shit lick a dick, do you? I'm totally the one brainwashed, but you don't even have a fucking rebuttal besides, oh, it's just brainwashing, bro. God damn, you sound like fucking Alex Jones or some shit. Like, how much OAN and fucking like Newsmax have you consumed, bro? How much did like Jesse Waters of Fox News like fucking scaremonger you and McCarthyistic bullshit from like the Cold War era, like it's 1954? Like, give me a break. Break the conditioning. Shows your bedroom floor / under your bed, then say that. And what's underneath is probably a dog. Oh, no. Nope, they're not underneath there. Nope. They normally are, but Jazzy likes to, be under there chilling. Ooh, no, balance yourself back up. There we go. Who the fuck was shoes in the house? I was outside and I came back in and now I'm chilling. Wasn't me to you. You hiding things from us? No, I'm not. Why do you care so much about what this environment looks like, bro? Besides, this is a place that we recently moved. Actually, a lot of stuff that's in this corner over here isn't even my shit. It's my roommate's stuff, but we just haven't. We procrastinate about getting things moved around a bit. We've been which is funny because we've been talking about it for a while, but we just haven't yet. You living condition shows your mental state. What? Like recently moved into a new spot. Fucking stabilize myself, have a new job, making money, living life. Like what? Like what is like the specific living condition, especially when someone's just recently moved? Like say about anything. Where do you work? I'll just put it this way: it involves a lot of chicken and like delicious Cajun corn and stuff like that. Stop lying, you voyeurist. You got a lot of assumptions, buddy. I don't have to lie because I'm. If I was, would I be super hyper defensive? Like be chilling, or would I be hyper defensive? Is a slaughterhouse maniac? It sounds like you, bro. Sounds like you're projecting. You want to get the schematics and the layout of my apartment so you can find a way to sneak in here and slaughter me in your weird little basement slaughterhouse freak. I know what you want. I know what you want, you weirdo. You're trying to project shit. You guys ever been to Chicago, Oregon? Yeah, they haven't even stepped foot in Chicago, Oregon, so they won't even fucking know. When he hangs around vegans, he potentially be a part of the team. No. I'm not a vegan for one, and two, I don't hang around with fucking vegans, so try again, bitch. Man, you're truly... Dude, we got such a cute little dumb fuck in here. So adorable. Can we keep him? Well, I'll be a lefty then. So why not at this point in time? Because I have a fucking brain in my head? You're on the wrong team. Yeah, let me be on the side that is literally defending pedophilia and outright blatant corruption and Zionistic fucking genocide. That's, you know, like when it comes to Israelis, lapdogs. You know, let me just support that team totally. Yeah, because that totally makes a lot more sense. So would you like Kamala as president? What does that have to do with anything? I can still bitch about like the current administration without thinking like, oh yes, please let me have a neoliberal shitbag, you know, just like, you know, Biden or something, you know, because being left, implying that Kamala's even remotely left, because she's not. She's a liberal. Liberals are not leftists. People like Bob Dottie, people like Zoran, Katie Wilson, yeah, El Zayed, you know, these type of people are, you know, leftists. But the current Democratic establishment overall are just corporate liberals and Zionist liberals. Instead, she's maintaining a regulatory state. What about Kennedy? Which Kennedy? We just don't take drugs, only losers. Then how come Trump is always being pumped full of fucking random drugs all the time just to keep him alive? And also half of his cabinet are pumping fucking drugs up their noses with cocaine and Adderall and shit, and also drinking themselves into oblivion in a fucking slosh mouth fucking shit state. Like Keg's breath. A lot of projection from you there, buddy. Don't want to sign him on to the CIA. Oh, so you're a CIA asset. No wonder. Cute. Aww. This cute little guy thinks he wants to be part of the CIA or something. Bruh, you're not getting in. They would laugh at you, bro. That's so adorable. Burp. Almost me ship. Sorry. Yeah, well, so there's plenty of other people. Like, 60 seconds, bro. We're all laughing right now. Probably not for the reason you think. Probably not for the reason you think, dog. I'm telling you that right now. Oh, yeah. People are laughing, but not at me. If that's what you fucking think. Oh, my lord. CIA betrayed everyone. The CIA is literally just there, you know, to, you know, maintain, you know, corporate power and also like maintain the broader U.S. political hegemony. Like, fuck the CIA. And plus, you know, a lot of them, you know, from the beginning were, you know, also formerly Nazis because we, you know, from Operation Paperclip. Yeah, even Inky said it. Operation Paperclip. You know, a lot of them, you know, came over and became CIA assets, you know, at the very beginning of the establishment of the CIA. So, you know, fuck the CIA. It should be abolished. Kennedy was thinking about it until he got whacked by the CIA. Interesting enough, they got threatened and whacked him. Didn't they make the heart attack gun? Yeah, that too, yeah. So it's so fucking creepy. Dude, that and also they're kind of hilarious because of the insane amount of different ways they try to kill people. Like, look at the various different assassination attempts they try to do on Castro. Like, they try to use, like, a special, like, explosive conch shell, you know, in a spot that they knew that Castro loved to dive in, just on the happenstance he might pick it up. They, like, try to use, like, explosive cigar bombs, you know, and try to, like, you know, sneak people in. They had a bunch of women, you know, and a bunch of dudes, you know, go in to try to assassinate him. and literally had some women in the CIA be like, "Oh yeah, let's I'll fuck him and then kill him in his sleep or something." But he was just such a good lay, like that they unironically just like literally became their friend and essentially defected from the CIA. It's just like, dude, there's so many wild ways that the CIA tried to whack this motherfucker and just failed. And that's not the only motherfucker they tried this shit with. There's like Gaddafi, there was Pot, Ho Chi Minh. There was a few of these motherfuckers they tried. Folk traders. Well, too bad I'm looking at one. You silly little troll. Don't worry, you're my little pet. You'll be alright. America sucks big time. That's just putting it lightly, too. God damn it. Cloud bitch. No. Yeah, come on. Bitch. There we go. Ooh, good song coming up. America does not suck, our government does. But unfortunately, by proxy, America sucks because of the fucking, government. That's the problem. Doesn't matter if America. We'll be China soon. Honestly, at this point, let it happen. I ain't like one to overt glaze China, but at this rate, they would literally be better as like the quote unquote world police than fucking, the United States. Being a lapdog of Israel anyway. The weakest star plus the economy is their leader. Bullshit, bro. Have you seen like a lot of the actual progress that's been going on? And a lot of the economic, mobility that's been happening. Maybe a lot of Fox News and Western media wants to portray it as like something, like where it's like they're still stuck in 1981 or some shit, being like, stuck and starving. But that is just beyond false. They are expanding and economically and socially in a lot of ways where it's like they're kind of going for their own little golden age. Yeah, they're still fucked up government. I ain't gonna glaze them like I said, but when it comes to lesser evils at this rate, they're playing the game way more smartly than Russia, the United States, or anyone else right now at this point. It's basically the whole game recognized game kind of thing. What do you think about Canada's government? They're fine, I suppose. I don't know. Better than the United States too. Trying to mogging us at everything. Yeah, they are. Anything else is unironically cope. I mean, you could still say that they're fucked up government, authoritarian, this and that. There's plenty of things, but like, yeah, no. Censorship and AI. No, they're not. Well, sure. That too. But also when it comes to bullet trains, infrastructure, EVs, modern cities that are like, pedestrian friendly and shit, like they are advancing in so many fucking ways where America should have been in this position. Could it be in time period? Reagan onward. The 1980s onward with Reagan. That's when it surely went downhill. That time was to show the world, but the rest is hell. Look at the population difference. And what does the pop difference have to do with anything? So it's not like we still can't, attempt to achieve this type of shit, especially if we're supposedly the richest country in the world. If we have that type of shit, then we should be able to easily fund these type of things, right? So how come China could do it, but we can't? Or even Japan or South Korea? Like, I mean, take this, especially with things like infrastructure and bullet trains and shit like that out of China. Like, take China out of the equation. There's plenty of countries that are, far superior and far leagues ahead of us when it comes to this type of shit. Way more so than the United States. And they definitely don't got, a higher population than the U.S. with all these countries. Some of them, sure, but not all of them. Like the Autobahn in Germany, the high-speed rail in Europe too. I mean, it's not, and also like the underground train for France to England for the Channel. Like these are different fucking things, that we could potentially do, but fuck it. Americans have been brainwashed and think government or funding public projects means communism. Yep. Hence why we got this cute little troll in here, being like, this all cheap place joke, blah, 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 which, yeah, totally, bro. It's glazing at this point. Dude, because there's no point that he's making. That's why he's a cute little troll. I could keep him in here. There are plans to build bullet trains very soon in the U.S. Well, you can look it up. Bro, I'm very well aware about this because there was supposed to be one through Washington, through California, but it barely got through Bakersfield to like fucking San Fran, and even then that's been a boondoggle. Yeah, like I'm very well aware about these whole bullet train projects, and they've been immensely fucked up, on the virtue of private capital and corruption, because a lot of the oil industry and the gas industry is not really fond of these things. They don't want that type of technology to advance, so they lobby against them, including a lot of agricultural farming industries too, because they're worried that like, oh, it's eminent domain, we're gonna have a shit taken away, blah, 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 which it's not. Even if maybe a couple acres is, eminent domain for that project. But either way, what the fuck ever. It's a, broader good regardless. So it's just like, I mean, it's because of all this other bullshit that projects like this have been stonewalled. Like, it's, I'm very well aware about these things, especially on the West Coast, because we were supposed to have one. Years ago. Decades ago, even. That project was like, pitched back in the fucking 90s and didn't got like greenlit back in like the late 2000s. It took forever for that thing to finally get started, and it hasn't even gotten close to being done after all this shit. Like, I'm very well aware about these whole bullet train projects, and that's why I get angry about it in a way, because like that should have been done a decade or so ago. These are things that should have been happening, and yet we can't even get that. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, because it would make things more economically feasible, more efficient, and more productive overall. Are you in engineering? No, but one of my friends is, and actually has like a niche interest and a hobby into this specifically, even though his specific engineering isn't into this. But also, I mean, it's just a niche little thing I'm interested in as well. Not in maybe all the specifics of everything and the minutia about the engineering technicalities, but just on the general broader outcomes when it comes to just layman's sense of urban planning, it makes sense. And the results are there when it comes to a lot of these other countries that have this shit. It's not an excuse. Like, oh, we're America, we're bit bit. It's like, I don't give a fuck. There ain't no excuse. I don't care what you got for an excuse. There isn't one. We should be having this shit. They said the NSA system cars and versa. So for student and bomb fear sensitivity, they haven't evolved. It goes a little further than that, but that's a part of it. Partially true, yes. If we were in Vienna, it's just over to the teams. I would see some like Autobahn during War II. To an extent. I mean, we didn't completely, go all the way like how the Germans and Europe did when it came to that, but we did have like, plans for that, especially with the early highway systems and shit. Not so much anymore now, but yeah, like at least some of the early ideas on top of just a broader sense of, interstate systems. But at least the more modern sense of it also, included redlining policies as well, because a lot of, poor and minority communities got heavily impacted the most, and negatively so, when it came to these interstate highways and interstate systems, at least especially in the suburbs and cities. I mean, there's more nuance to it besides just Cold War stuff and just broader economic shit. Like, there's a lot of nuance to it. I mean, there's not like an inherent like one core problem or reason why they are a thing, but there's certainly. I mean, could have done way better about it, especially with certain places. Oh my god, there are some interstate areas and shit like in Dallas. Oh, I can't fucking stand Texas and Dallas overall when it comes to their infrastructure. It's fucked. Like even as a pastor, like my aunts and whatever, I'm literally there like looking around like this literally is anxiety inducing. Like what the fuck? There's roads. There's toll roads with next to those roads. There's roads above roads. There's toll roads next to those roads that are above roads that are below roads that are next to other roads and fucking it's fucking anxiety inducing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's insane, dude. It's like who designed this fucking shit? Like a schizophrenic fucking child? Like what happened? It's like what the hell? And I wonder who benefits a lot with that kind of shit, though. I wonder who benefits. Especially with those toll roads, too. Austin, too. Yeah, dude, Houston. Dude, all of Texas, bro. It's fucked. Oil barons. Yeah. Oh my god. Next time I'm in Texas, I'm gonna have to take a picture and save it of the one time that my aunt actually met Greg Abbott. My mom's sister and some of my family down there actually met them. And was at the fucking governor's mansion and all that shit. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? I haven't told that story in a while. I don't know why they were invited and all that shit. Because they were invited to it. I don't even remember what it was, why, or anything. I'm going to have to ask him next time I'm down there or something. Because, maybe not this year, but probably next year there's a possibility of going down there. But I'm going to Montana first. See my sister and my niece over there. Favorite band? Which genre? I got too many, bro. I need a genre to kind of narrow it down. Greg Abbott, why? Because they're Republican voters. And this was also back at, like, first term Trump. So this wasn't, like, during this whole fascist shit either. I guess it was still then at that point, but not, like, how it is. So, I mean, I don't know. Like Deftones. I don't listen too much, but, I mean, yeah. Now metal. Oh my god, this one's actually kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, because I got so many. I mean, my childhood favorite always will be Nightwish and Rammstein, because those were the first two. Iron Maiden because I kind of grew up with that. My dad. So at least I mean I wouldn't say they're like my most favorite at this point, but I got at least honorary shout outs. At least for now, as it stands, I would probably say, fuck. This one's hard because I haven't been listening to much metal lately, to be honest. I've been listening to like a lot of hardcore punk and like I guess thrash. I mean, I guess that works. Like I suppose like either like Reefer Madness, Death Angel, well, this band actually, Headless Pez. Do you like punk? Do I like punk? I'm about as punk as I can be, dog. Are we still live or we do? Yeah, this is a part 2. I kind of did one because I was just kind of bored and my friend was on a phone call for like ever. But now he's just kind of out doing his own thing. So I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'm just chilling. It's just a chill day, I guess. So yeah. I had an intermission to get some food and do some other stuff. And, Do you like the Descendants? Yep. Green Day? Yep. I mean, if we're going to name, like, popular punk bands, I'll just name them. Say Ferris, Dead Kennedys. Obviously, like you can't, not say Dead Kennedys if you're a punk guy. Leftover Crack. Fuck, what else? NoFX. T-Soul. DRI. Voodoo Glow Skulls. Against All Authority. What else? Fuck. Okay, it's starting to be narrowed down a little bit. Son of a bitch. Bad Religion. Bad Religion, yep. Black Flag, yep. Suicidal Tendencies, yep, that's another one. Honestly, these I can't even say if any of them are specifically a favorite. These are just bands that I know and love and like. Actually, there was one time that I was going to try to go to Suicidal Tendencies, but they sold out. But Los Monoblatos was opening for Save Ferris the same day, so I went to go see that show instead, which honestly totally worth it. Because after that show ended, and when I was heading back home, there were so many people with like Suicidal Tendencies and like Save Ferris shirts and shit. I'm just like, God damn it! Why was there so many awesome shows happening tonight? Like, why couldn't I like somehow like go back and forth? Why couldn't they been like a day apart and Suicidal Tendencies didn't sell out? Like, God damn it. Well, yeah, because this one is a Los Monoblatos one. This is actually like 1 out of 5 hats that they put out, because they're a local skacore band here in Portland. And it was originally a flat brim, but I folded it up purposely, to kind of be punk looking and added all these pins over time. And some of them have come and gone, and a lot of them have I've lost this hat a few times, and some of them, because one time this hat for sure got ran over with a car at one point when I lost it, and I found it like on the side of the road. Like, and I can't even explain how like lucky that shit is. But it was flat in the shit, and I was like, oh my god, this poor thing. But outside of like 2 pins, like that were just gone, all of them were just like there but flat in the shit. And then there was like one other one that was just like really fucked up, and I was like, all right, I'm just happy that I have it, because the pins that I know for sure they're just stuck. Like, I mean, this is some of the remnants of it. Look at those. Those pin backs are literally flattened. They're just stuck there forever. Like that hat, like those pins are never leaving that hat ever, unless I wanted to rip it out, which I'm not doing. And it's this one. So it's like that one. This one is stuck there forever. It's just never leaving. Makes it more punk. It really does, honestly. I mean, I've lost and found this hat like 3 or 4 different times in my life. Like, I mean, and it's always come back. I don't know how. There's been so many times I should have lost this motherfucker and just was permanently gone, but just never happened. It was just meant to be, man. I had this actually a couple days ago. This is actually kind of a new little thing because I kind of took it out of retirement now at this point. Gotta go see you, dude. Yeah, no worries. But put a little like and a little sub and all that fun shit, Make sure you can see me around again in another time. Don't want to forget that. You look beautiful. What's your secret? Nothing. I just live and exist and just be me. I don't fucking know, bro. Actually, I'm a little raunchy right now, to be fucking frank. Like, at some point later tonight, I'm definitely doing some laundry and taking a shower for sure. Because, like, between the last 2 days and then Loud Lit, I feel raunchy. I kind of showered-ish and, got cleaned a little bit, during Loud Lit because I took a dive in the river, and swam around a bit. And it was like, that was fucking awesome. But I need like a legit one now at this point. I kind of was like, man, I'm going to these shows. I'll just like, have some clean clothes, but do that real quick and just say fuck it. Because, I mean, I'll just do a deep, clean, like 30-minute, like, shower session, just like, get super cleansing, bro. Perfect skin, though. which is wild because I don't think I really do. I mean, look, I got a scar right here for fuck's sake. I got like wounds on me. Like, it's not really as perfect as it looks. It's a little deceiving, okay? I will say that. You've been eating your beans, bro? Yeah. Until the crock pot got destroyed because of the dogs. Because we had beans and epicness and dank. I've been having my chicken and rice, though. Ate some of that during the intermission. That was dank. In the Bay Area, like Oakland or Berkeley, I moved to Oregon from Florida looking for some things to do while I'm down there. Well, San Fran, Oakland. I would say if you're going to San Francisco, I wish my mod Rip City was in here because he's been to San Francisco, so he would probably tell you, some cool spots to check out. If you happen to, be back again when he happens to be on here, his name on YouTube, it will be Rip City Baseworks. So if he happens, he's one of my mods. So if he happens to be on here when you're in here, ask him about it. Ever make your way up to Washington? Oh, plenty of times. I've saw different bands up in Seattle. The second time I saw Nightwish was in Seattle. I've seen Creator and Sepultura. I've seen Sepultura twice in Seattle. I've seen Creator twice over there, and then I've seen Creator once with Sepultura as a co-headliner, and then they were up there with a different band. I forgot exactly who they were. I think it was with Death Angel and some other band, or Testament, maybe. Yeah, I think it was Testament actually. Now I think about it. And then what else? I've seen Iron Maiden a few times up there, mostly in Tacoma, I guess. So I guess not technically Seattle. There's been a couple other bands I've seen up there. What I've seen Sabaton up there. I've seen Royal Blood up there. I feel like I'm missing a couple though. Tacoma's lit too. I've heard too many bad things about Tacoma. I've been on Amtrak on the train passing through Tacoma, and it looks terrible. I don't know. I don't have really strong opinion unless it's negative about Tacoma, man. I don't know. That's just me personally. Professor Barkley and you'll. What's enough causes? What? Did they cut men's hair where you get a haircut? Yeah, because I do it myself for the most. What? Give me one reason not to. Why should I not? For what? What, going to like Oakland or San Fran or something? Wait, what do you mean? Need elaboration a little bit. I mean, if you're going to the Bay Area, I'll say this much: San Jose kind of sucks. But to be honest, I was only in a layover over there, and mostly due to the experience of the airport, so it was kind of ass. But I don't have an opinion about San Fran outside that I want to go there, and I heard nothing but good things, and I want to go there eventually. So I'd say that's probably a good spot to check out, but I just don't know much about it. Um, Oakland, I don't know, bro. I feel like that wouldn't be really good, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you though. It was really bad in the past. Feeling listening to Cindy and bad, but every time we went to Coleman, it was all right. Well, maybe it's changed. Hopefully. But I don't know. The few times I've kind of passed through Tacoma, it wasn't really great. Just from my personal experience, at least. That worked. There you are. Guess what, bro? Do I want to know? It is you after all. Do I want to know? Yeah, I'm just used to it, unfortunately. I mean, I should be too. I mean, I live in Portland. I've been in some sketchy places around Portland. Not that there's many of them, but the few places that are, you know, I mean, they can be kind of sketch, unfortunately, but I mean, I'm just, I mean, I've been in some pretty weird little spots before, like, so, I mean, not just, in Portland, but also in Seattle and elsewhere, like, and even in Chicago, too, to an extent, but even then, it was not even that bad. Yo, call me flag? No, this is not a communist one. It's a different form of far leftism. Syndicalism. Do I have to change the fucking flag again or something again? Do I just need a Norwegian one back up? But oh my god, everyone's gonna think it's Confederate one again because people are retarded. Oh my god, what do I do? What the fuck? Do I get another tapestry that isn't a fucking flag or something? Like, what do I do? Why am I such a nerd for flags? God damn it. The fuck? But either way, it's not. Actually, my broader philosophy of leftism would actually be somewhat, you know, uh, like antagonistic towards communism, more or not. Vexology is cool. I don't know how you spell it. You pretty much had it almost right. It's like Vexiology, I think, or something like that. Wait, Confederate flag? Well, look at the Norwegian flag. There's people that have unironically thought this is like a fucking Confederate one. And it's like literally how? Fucking how? You mess with the Dominican Republic flag, muchacho? It's a cool looking flag. It's not my favorite flag, but it's cool. I'd give it like a C tier or something, you know what I mean? Not bad, but not my favorite, you know. Add the Stars and Bars flag. Oh my god. That's one of the few that I want to have a problem, dealing with, I tell you what. So just Norway, I thought it was like a video game flag or something. Well, this one kind of ish is. Well, I do actually have two that are. There's that one, and then I have another one that's on my door, but the door's open, so it's not visible. We got rhino iguanas though, but we're just talking about the flag specifically. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, what's there, it's cool. But, I mean, when it comes to, like, the flag itself, I mean, hey, no, C tier is good. I mean, like, anything that's D or lower would not be good. I mean, C is more of just, like, I don't really got complaints or nothing. It's just not my personal fave, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe it might, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of that middle ground area for me. Like sometimes I might, just not really just feel anything about it. Looks cool, nothing to critique, just not my thing. Or maybe sometimes be like, it would be cool if it had this or that, and blah, blah, blah. But actually, speaking of, we should do like a fucking like a flag tier list one of these days. I mean, because I could technically do it on, my Wi-Fi phone. It would be a little weird, but I could be like, all right, what about this flag? What do we do for a tier list on this one? Is it an A, B, C, D? We can like kind of do our own weird little way of doing a little tier list of that. What if I got a whiteboard and just like straight up like got sticky notes with like those flags and shit? What if I literally did like a IRL version of one of those tier lists and just like had a whiteboard just set up and we're just like, all right, guys, we're sticky noting this right here. That's what we're putting this flag. Be a creative way to do it. Two whiskeys down. What, like 2 shots down or what? 2 bottles? Oh my god. That could either be alright or bad. Because I've been 2 whiskeys down before, son. But there's a very elaborate idea about what that means. I'll tell you what, son. Yeah, that's right. 2 shots butt chugged. Oh no, that's all right. That's wrong. That's all right. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy on your butthole. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, switch it up. There we go. That's much better. Why, Vito? Big ol' boof. Big ol' boof boof. Are you furry, by the way? I don't know. Am I? Yes. Something else how much clearer the dry herb vape side of the lake is, gang. Does it have to be like, a particular way to smoke? Let it, let a stoner bro smoke the way he wants to, dog. Hi, Gary, you went for 1 through 10. Unless it's Sunday, 6.5 to 7. And then it will be about like 1,000 on a Sunday, because you got to be fully gay on a Sunday. For the Lord, after all, right? Need about 2 more medals on your head for it to be bulletproof. I mean, you know what? Yeah. Honestly, dude, I could probably wear this in a battle and it probably unironically would deflect some shit, dude. So I have an identity crisis when it comes to being a furry. I feel like a poser. I will admit a little bit kind of how, but also don't feel that way. I mean, you don't have to be like any particular way to be a furry. You could just like the anthropomorphic, kind of stuff, make your own little character, do all that shit. And then, that's about it. You don't have to like, get a fursuit or get into the whole weeds of it all necessarily. I don't have a fursuit, even though I would like one, but I don't. Like, I just like, a lot of the elements of its culture and shit. And plus, I've just been one for so long, it'd be kind of weird to, like, just not, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been, like, in the broader, like, furry community overall, I suppose, for a while now. But, I mean, I'm still, like, somewhat kind of in it, in a sense, just because I am one, but I won't necessarily say I'm, like, active in it or nothing anymore. At least for now. You don't need a fursuit. Well, literally, majority of furries don't. I mean, some of them might have like a tail or like a collar or little things like that. I got different stuff. Shit. Like I mean, I got a fucking collar over here. That's mine. So it's like, I mean, it's you can have like various different stuff that is a part of being a furry, but you don't have to have it. It's not like you need to be that to be a furry or whatever. Give me your fucking money. Bitch, this is my stream. You're supposed to be giving me money. I'm supposed to be, asking you for money, bitch. Give me your money. Guy shop's on my about page, bitch. Lava make cool shit out of paper and other manual crafts DIY shit. Oh yeah. All sorts of stuff like that. I haven't gone around to get one. Well, I won't worry about it too much. They do cost a lot of money. I'm not worried about one necessarily anytime soon, even though I would like to get one eventually. Arguably, there's probably other stuff that I can get that would be a little cheaper. And honestly, if anything, I could just get a head. And then I could just like add to it over time. So I could at least start somewhere. I mean, that's also another thing too. Like you don't necessarily have to like go right immediately to the like full suit kind of thing. You could do it as like a partial and just have like a head or uh maybe like a partial since you got like a tail and a head and then like the paws aspect of it and that's it. But which is cheaper, so you don't have to go all the way with it. But I mean, if you want to at least, get into that, but like at least start somewhere, start off with just a head usually is the best way to go with it. What made you guys furries? For me, I've always kind of had an interest in just like anthropomorphic s kind of art and like in general, like kind of animation stuff like that in general and stuff. Like and I was when I was drawing, kind of more without even realizing it, like anthropomorphized esque like feral like wolves and other animals, stuff like that. And I was showing to one of my family friends at the time who used to work for my mom when she was doing photography. She mentioned it's like, oh, those look like furries, and I was like, what's that? I never knew what it was, and I whipped out my little fucking little phone, and back in the day where you could slide up, you got a little keyboard back in that day. It was like 2011, 2012 or some shit. And then I like looked it up, and I was like, oh, this art looks fucking cool as hell. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, whoa, this is actually really awesome. And she basically is like, yeah, like first basically just kind of what you're doing, but a little bit more human looking, and there's like a whole like fandom around it and stuff. But yeah, it's like kind of cool artwork and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. And it just kind of cascaded from there. I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't necessarily say, especially when it comes to how I am now as a furry, there's any specific like click. It just was a cascade. Because at this point, like I'm one of those furries that is into the adult elements of it as well. So when it comes to the more like like kink parties, stuff like that, oh sometimes there's a little like hotel wink parties kind of going on, at like some of these cons. Like I'm it's a little bit on my alley. I'm not even gonna lie. I have to be honest with it. Like and I mean, when it came to even stuff like that, I can't even really say necessarily when that necessarily kind of clicked, including when it came to the broader like BSM slash like kink, community elements of all that stuff and shit. I mean, it just kind of eventually just happened, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. Hey, mate, Australia here. Hey, what I do, mate? I've always been drawn to the quote part of my beast like a bear werewolf. Yeah, I've always liked werewolves and shit like that too, a little bit. I've always kind of had like, a fascination with that in general too myself. So I'm pretty sure that probably helped with kind of, like kind of broadly getting into that more. Makes sense how the translator makes it your personality something sexually, or sexuality. Yeah. I mean, because, I mean, there is a very strong overlap when it comes to the queer community and the LGBT community when it comes to furries the two. And there is like a genuine element about like that, the furry element of it that is like its own version, like kind of a subsect of, opening up when it comes to personal identity and expression, including, opening up about your, not just your own identity, but also sexuality and stuff too. Which I mean, I'll admit, like, being a furry myself is, kind of helped me with that as well. I mean, if it's in its own ways, not maybe not as like predominantly as others, what or when it comes to being in that community too. But like, just one of those things where it definitely has, being a very overtly open, inclusive space when it comes to being like it's okay to be whatever the hell you are, kind of thing. Obviously, within reason to an extent, though. There's been plenty of times where people have pushed those fucking boundaries, especially at fur cons, man. There's been plenty of different stories. Luckily, none that I have ever personally experienced. I've been to a FurryCon before a couple different times, but luckily nothing weird has ever happened with that shit. I think there was only like one time where there was like a couple people that did a bunch of shrooms and acid or something like that. It was like a psychedelic of some sort, and a bunch of them started puking outside, and that was kind of a little bit of an issue, but it was really only like a one night thing, and they basically all went back to the hotel just sleeping it off kind of shit from what I remember. And from what I understand, the staff barely even knew about it. So, I mean, if that was literally the worst thing that's ever happened at the con I've been to, then all right, whatever. I mean, it's not that bad, I guess. That makes sense. That's the translator. Oh, I remember that part. What's the flag? Oh my god, I'm not. I don't want to answer it again. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Yeah, take a guess. We're on a different topic right now. I'm not trying to derail it because it's fun, lol. Well, yeah. Ultimately, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just because it's fun. I mean, I got, a friend of mine that is, like does fursuit and shit like that. And it's one of those things where I would myself would like to. Shit, I mean, being a musician and an artist myself, like I'd always thought the idea of like if I could and if it's a possibility, I'd like to at least see about, trying to perform, doing, that with, fursuit as well. Because I've seen other, people do that before. So it's not possible. But I think it'd be kind of interesting, to do that, especially if I eventually like get into like a punk band or I start one myself or something like that, because I have music ideas and ventures I want to get into. I think it would be very interesting to have like a theme that's kind of like furry related, but also kind of like very lefty as fuck when it comes to the punk kind of shit. Because I already have like an idea that I could kind of evolve around it, but I just kind of I don't know. I need to get the time, to get all that, ready to go, when it comes to expanding a kind of particular project. Plus, I have like a power metal project that I kind of had in mind too that I wanted to do that was like in tandem with that, but that's a that's another story because that's like a whole fucking thing. I have like a whole concept with that one. I even already have like multi concept, at least like a triptych kind of album idea, but I just haven't really done too much of it. I've written some lyrics and some stuff like that a little bit, but not too much yet. Don't you think community is fostered your interest, same as me, super far left or right? Well, not just that, but also just, I mean, community, like, yeah, I mean, it does foster, a lot of interests and shit. Like, I mean, if you're within a community long enough, yeah, it does help foster a lot of those interests. Good, bad, right, or wrong, Doesn't matter if it's like, left or right. Arguably, it being more left leaning would be preferable, but that's just my own bias. Nomino is very ooh woo. Well, hello. That's not trying to be a saying. King of sensitive is natural. Yeah, same for me too, honestly. It just expanded a lot more than I thought it would, arguably, to the point where, I mean, it got a little extra, let's just put it that way. Not trying to judge, I'm just curious. Ah, yeah, you're good, you're good. How long have you been playing music for? I mean, in a weird way, arguably my whole life, but in an actual, I'm playing music and learning music theory in that sense, probably since about the sixth grade for sure, but at least since the fifth grade. So I'd probably say like since 2007, 2006. But my parents had this piano at the house that we I grew up in most of my life at, and then they sold it eventually, which kind of fucking pissed me off a little bit. But I grew up, a lot of times just being a kid and being bored, and I'll just play random stuff on it. And not just like smashing shit. I would actually like play around a little bit and be like, oh, there's chords here. Oh, this is an octave. blah, 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 you know, and I'll just kind of start creating, albeit very simplistic and probably not really in time, like kind of shit, but I'm still making music and just for the hell of it. And then my mom would usually be like around the corner or like in the other room, you know, doing like, you know, on the internet or doing, you know, her business with photography, like, you know, photo edit shit or whatever the fuck. And, you know, I know she would be back there, you know, after like jamming around for like 30 minutes on it. I'd be like, what you think, mama? She'd be like, actually wasn't too bad. But, you've been going off for a while. Can you do something else? I'd be like, okay. I'll go like on the computer and start playing like Age of Empires or some shit. But at least after that, I would say once I was in sixth grade, I chose to play trumpet, and then that's when I started actually getting into music at that point. So I was like, you know, at that rate, started learning a lot more about music theory, a lot more about the music crafts, and then once I hit middle school, I started taking jazz classes and started taking that through middle school up to high school, and essentially started learning more about jazz, including at least especially in high school, we took even times where we would legit like sit for a period sometimes just to learn about, you know, jazz and jazz history. Actually, I remember we watched a Ken Burns documentary in my senior year of jazz class and jazz ensemble. Watching the Ken Burns documentary on jazz, and which I think that's on YouTube too. So if anyone hasn't seen it, y'all should check it out. And because it's really fucking a really awesome documentary. But anything by Ken Burns is gonna be fucking awesome. Let's just be honest. But point being though, it's like after that, like it's pretty much been in my life since. Like maybe not as much as I really wanted to though, but it's definitely been a consistent thing in my life, especially when it comes to like either going to shows, at least somewhat, you know, being in the community to an extent, talking to people musically, you know, always having people that are musically inclined always around me kind of shit, regardless of the music genre or shit like that. I mean, it's always just been something that's in my life. I mean, and I still need to like, you know, get a lot more of my chops back, but also not just with trumpet, but with guitar and a bunch of other stuff. Because I mean, this is kind of like now the year where you know I can start getting back into that again and start kind of, you know, getting into the my broader chops of a lot of the different music, especially in what I want to get into. And why not at least just kind of get the foot in the door, just doing like kind of folk punk stuff because not only is it fairly easy to do, but also it's something that is kind of relatable and easy to fucking, you know, like get people into a little bit. Everyone likes to do that can play decent little guitar and start singing something, you know, over it, you know what I mean? Somehow kind of turned you into that community and you looked into it. What musically and stuff? At least that's what I'm assuming you're talking about. I mean, kind of. Both of my parents are musicians, so but they weren't playing music anymore by the time I, you know, was around. But they came from a music background too, a little bit. So I think it just kind of runs in the family. Full punk is nice and chill. Anyone know about like, you know, Mischief Brews, Bridge City Sinners, Dazed and Confused, or Days and Days? Dazed and Confused. What the fuck? That's a fucking movie. Oh shit, some fucking damage. All right, I gotta turn this up a little bit. By the way, I got this fucking live, you know, on my fucking YouTube channel. Y'all motherfuckers should be checking it out. Boost that shit in the algorithm. Damage needs a little bit more love and rec, okay? Give fucking love, bitch. You don't practice as Santeria. You got no crystal ball. Grab listen to Mr. Brew. Used to work as a spy with Days and Days drummer. No shit. That's fucking cool. Man, we definitely gotta find a time to actually genuinely kick it, dude. Because what the fuck? I wish I could on the 4th. You know what? You should go to my friend Tyler's show. Because if I can't go to that, you should at least meet my boys over there. You could at least meet Rip City. I did see my friend, play guitar for the band he's in. I know this much. I'm pretty sure his set starts at 9:55 or 8:55. One of the two. I think it was 9:55 when he said it. No, it was 8:55. Now that I remember. Just go to that. Let them know I sent you, and they'll immediately be like, "Oh yeah, you're chill," and just hang out with you. I'll just say that much. Let them know I sent you. To Migna I sent you. Exactly. Man, it was cool meeting you all. Take care. Yeah. Just a little reminder, send a little love with subscribing, a little like, and all that shit. I think you probably already did. I could tell if the likes be busted up, but yeah, come and stick around a little bit. Make sure you send subs so you can make sure the algorithm sends you my way. Yeah, that's right. All right. Little German indie. Days and Days is one of the best folk punk bands I've ever heard. And for me personally, it's Mischief Brew, but I guess it's kind of hard to say that just because he passed away in 2013, so he's not making music anymore. But Days and Days is still, I guess, technically a thing. So yeah. Well, there's also David Rovix that that's not known outside of maybe 2 or 3 songs. Like I'm a better anarchist than you. That song is his, and he wrote that, but no one really actually knows much about his music. But I've met him once. He lives in Portland, and still is actively creating music and shit. He just tends to get suppressed so much, for the algorithm and musically overall, just because he's unapologetically makes a lot of music about the genocide in Gaza, unapologetically anti-Zionist and all this other shit. So he tends to get suppressed a lot, so it's hard to find a lot of his stuff, unfortunately. There's at one point where YouTube took most of his shit down, but then brought it back. So it's just man, it's just hard. I'm hoping that maybe I could just hit him up and be like, yo, can I just buy some CDs from you just so I can have at least a archive of your shit just as CDs or something. Living in Ariana Grande was driving a new Maserati down Dead Street. What does fucking Ariana Grande have to do with anything? What? No harm in asking. Well, he's also one of those artists that is an advocate for public use and public fair use of music and shit. So he probably would just be like, here you go. He probably would just do that. Be like, oh, you want some of my music? All right, here you go. Here's some MP3s and MP4s that you download. I don't care. I just want that out there. I want people to at least have it. He probably would literally just be like that about it. Which, hey, if so, cool. But I'll just still give him money anyway, just on the virtue of just because he's just cool like that. Fingers crossed. Well, you never know. What we talk about in the back. And folk punk and stuff like that. I'm talking about David Rovix at least a little bit because he's kind of an underrated folk punk artist who lives in Portland. So But honestly, you're just kind of going off whatever the hell chat's going on. You know what I mean? So. Special needs. What, you? Like, I'm not. I don't know anyone in here that is, so it must be you. Are you projecting yourself onto the rest of the people here? Probably don't want to be doing that there, buddy. Come on now. That was a Placebo song, Special Needs. Oh, did I miss context of it? Oh, I did. My bad. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I missed the context. I should have scrolled up. That's a oop. That's a derp and a doof and a goof. Well, maybe I am special needs. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Anyway, okay, so Placebo, Imagine Dragons, Ram, Eminem, Talking Heads, Vinci, and more. Oh, fucking hell. You know what? This just reminds me right now. Dude, there was this Happy Dead Man, one of the bands I saw perform. They did a cover song. I think it's by Imagine Dragons, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Maybe y'all can help me out. I'm pretty sure someone knows it. But the song, I know for sure, and I've heard it before. I just don't know the name of the song. Or else I wouldn't have this problem. But it basically goes like don 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 ba da ba 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 da 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 or whatever. You know, it's that one. I like the song honestly, and the cover version that they did is so fucking good, and I want to upload it, but I just want to know the name of the fucking song before I do it. And I just don't remember it. I'm like, what the fuck is that song? Sail? Is that the name of the song? Well, who's it by? I need to know who it is by. Like, because that's what I'm hearing. Well, for the song, is that what it actually is? Because, you know, hold on. I'm going to turn on my fucking Wi-Fi shit. Yeah, Sail. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's the name of the song. All right. So who's it by? Oh, so it's not Imagine Dragons. Okay. We got that. All right. Can't remember. Fuck. Well, now we at least have the song, so that's good at least. I could probably find it from there. Honestly, that's all I really need. As long as I just know the name of the song, because I could just say Sail, cover, you know, and then just boom. So I can at least get that uploaded. AWOL Nation? Okay, oh. That's actually kind of a cool name for a band. I should probably listen to more of their shit, because I'm not going to lie, that one song is not that bad. Like, Sail is actually a not bad song. But, that's the only song I know of them, though. So. Which, speaking of, I keep showing, but I don't care. I mean, you should all see the live footage of Happy Dead Man, because, dude, they were fucking wild. I mean, and even with that, like, cover, too. And I also stopped the video before the cover was truly over, because I didn't realize. But I was just like, fuck. It had, like, 1 more minute left. But, you know what? I'm fine with it, though. I'm okay with that, at least. But still, I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, I wish I got all of it, though. But I don't care. I mean, I'm happy with what I got, though. Because what happened was just so fucking... It was literally probably the best version of Sail I have ever heard. Legit, dead ass, not even joking, no cap. So we definitely, you know, like, so once that gets uploaded, y'all gotta check that one out. Like, that one's some... That's a quality. What's in genre they call make manipulator music? Call male manipulator music? Male manipulator music? I've never heard of that before, huh? That's an interesting one. I'm sure that's more of a tongue-in-cheek version of what, like, other genres are. I'm kind of curious what that is, though, because I'm pretty sure it's more of a tongue-in-cheek thing, I'm assuming. Just Midwest emo, mostly. I figured. Oh shit! You know, I just realized like next time Phoebe goes live, I'm gonna have to be like, "Yo, look at my shit. You're gonna love this artist. She's trans and badass as fuck." I definitely gotta do that at some point. Geese's peak male manipulator core. Holy James. Oh my god, where the fuck were you from? Holy shit, I recognize that, but oh my god, I need remembrance of this one. I need remembrance. Oh shit. You're from way back to those Twitch days. I just look at the channel act. Oh my god, you're from way back. Holy fuck. That's some long time no see type shit right there, I tell you what. Holy hell. First thing over me is listening to Front Bombs and Modern Baseball. Damn. You have vertical, I think. Well, I've been doing that lately because it's actually generally helped with the algorithm. Because you kind of have to do it like this for the most part. Which I'm fine with. I'm just trying to manipulate the algorithm at this point. Because I am almost able to be monetized. I just need to get my watch hours boosted up a little bit. That's it. So I just got to keep, hustling these bitches out and just slowly but surely get there. I think I'm almost about 500 hours left there. So I just need to keep doing that because it's looking like a 1 year period. So like after a certain point, that shit could drop down just because some of those other hours have expired because they're from like literally a year ago. And I know, especially with the No Kings protest, and I remember distinctly having one that went almost to like 1,000 viewers at one point. There's kind of like a time frame a little bit because if it passes that, then it's literally going to go bleh, and just drop, and now I have to like regain all that. You know what I'm saying? I will say I don't want to be one of those guys that just has like watch bots because that would just be ass. Because then every time that like someone's chatting, I'm gonna like, is that one of those bots I just bought? Because I don't want that. That'd be some ass. And then watch like once I get popular enough, someone's like, well, interesting how it blah, 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 blah. Start to, oh my god, yeah, we don't need that smoke. I'd rather have smoke over just like being a hooligan and being like a radical punk, being like, oh, he got a little too aggressive with cops once and started talking shit, blah, 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 blah. He said the F word once. It's like, oh my, it's like, I'd rather that than anything else, all right? At least now I'm just being me, so. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at that point, I can just be like, go fuck yourself. I'm your watch bot. All of you are my watch bots. You're all clankers botting and watching me. Ugh. Man, I'm thinking like another little. Like, I got like a few topics that have been kind of like pinballing in my head. And I'm wondering which one I want to like pop out with. There's one that I've just been thinking about for a while now that's been sticking in my crawl, but it's not a good vibe. It's literally like, it would just, nah. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, not many people are talking about it. I know Kyle did because he was like, no one's talking about this and this needs to literally be. So I'm just like, shit. And what if I said LGBT women consider you slur? Then what hot take? I mean, if you're in the queer community, as far as I'm concerned, including people that are in the queer community and you're like an ally and they give you like a pass, like I think YFSR is fine. I mean, I'm queer and I I mean, I'm not like super liberal with it, but I'm pretty laissez-faire of saying faggots sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really that big of a deal. It's more of like the context of like the situation, so to speak. Even if you're being a silly being like I can be sometimes, even in public or whatever the fuck, like at least you could be like, I'm queer, I got the pass, bitch. You could at least be like, I've sucked more dick than you. Don't even test me. I'm a proud fag, okay? Yeah. You could literally, at least you could be like, no, I own it because it's me, bitch. Not gonna say around strangers, but for my friends, yeah. Yeah. That's usually, how it goes. I might call ICE and like Nazis and like cops and shit like that too. I mean, I might like extend it a little bit, but pretty much for the most part, yeah. I say if you acted like one. That's kind of my principle with it a little bit, actually. Yeah, that's kind of how I would describe it. But because so many Nazis and closeted homophobic far right piece of shit, including these ICE piece of shit, like I'm always like, yeah, you are unironically a bunch of like you're a bunch of faggots. Like, sorry, you just are. You're a bunch of pieces of shit, closeted little fucking fags, and you want to like disrupt the fucking nice, fun queer party because you're butthurt and closeted and wish you could have as much fun as the open queers, unlike you little sad fuck. It's like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? And in fact, even when I was at the show with Damage and with that concert last night, like, even there was an emphasis of like, hey, we don't need to be like, prissy liberals about everything. We don't need to be so sensitive. We can, make fun of ourselves. And in fact, we need more trans people. We need more, like queer people to make fun of ourselves and, laugh and joke about our experiences sometimes because that's, part of what makes us. And we're always, the butt of the joke. But what if we're making the punchlines now in more ways than one? Like it was like kind of a very empowering awesome shit, and I kind of wish I got like kind of more of those, kind of speeches and stuff a little bit. I think I have a couple of them. I'm gonna upload, some of the shorts, and I think some of them are like some speeches a little bit. I think one of them is at least. But either way, it's just like it's just one of those things where it's like I think like the broader quote woke movement slash like queer people nowadays at this point have like evolved to a way where it's like being super hypersensitive about shit is just not it's never really been productive. And what good are we really doing if like even potential allies are being turned off because we're a little super sensitive about it? Why not, make a joke about it? Why not laugh a little? Let's, we can have a thick skin and actually, still fight and everything. And yeah, we disagree and this and that, but hey, we still throw a punch regardless, It's not like you back down. You just, have a little bit of a, a little armor on and, punch back when necessary. I mean, it's one of those, like, it was really, like, some cool, empowering shit, and I loved it. That's why people make fun of them, because they're easy targets. And I would argue that, even Damage was saying that at one point in one of her songs, like, you don't need to be liberal and be super sensitive. We can be strong and fight, and grow our communities, because instead of being so offended, we can look up and say, we got our community, we got people together, and we're stronger because of that. There's people there that will back you up, kind of shit. You don't have to like, feel like you're on your own and have to like, do the battle yourself. You have other people. And in fact, it makes it stronger, especially because, you can make more damage and more consequences for that motherfucker doing and knowing that shit and realizing the true empowerment that comes from that. I mean, it's not like some liberal shit trying to be a Karen. That's being like, taking that shit to practice and actually like, making it fucking happen and, having a community to back that up. I mean, you don't like, cause yeah, that sensitivity shit is not helping. And I've been one of those people that, understands that shit. Like, you respect the space and understand like when it's appropriate with certain things, and all this other shit. But like at the end of the day, like you need to understand that like, at least for those who are hypersensitive about shit, like to understand like sometimes it's just not the time and place. And right now, we generally are not in a time and place. You think, some lefties being a little edgy and, being a little extra is your problem? No, I'm sorry. It's the cops. It's the fucking administration right now. It's like, it's the Supreme Court. It's everything else that's the problem. We're not the problem. We could hash that out later. But right now, we got bigger fish to fry. We're all on the same side on that one. So let's just focus on that shit. And in fact, if anything, you know, like, joke it out. Make a joke about it, being like, or something. I don't know. Like, there's ways where it can be a little bit more empowering and daring, at least in my opinion. I've taken it in that way, in that personal perspective. I've been called faggot, especially by like ICE and Nazis and shit, from these protests and counter protests and shit. And for me, I take it and be like, yeah, I am. What? You want some of my dick or something because you're a little closeted faggot yourself? And it'd be like, oh, so what? I thought you cared about queer people. I'm like, I'm queer myself, you dumb shit. I know I'm a proud faggot. What about you, you fuck? Like, I would come back at them, and then they always like, why are you so aggressive? It's like, I don't know, because you got no right saying faggot. Well, I can, and I will call you that. Like, what? Like, because what you're saying is fighting words. What I'm saying is empowerment. Like, you want to come at me, motherfucker? Because now you're starting to, like, stutter and be and don't want to fucking fight now all of a sudden. Interesting. To me, it's a sense of empowerment because of that shit. Because they get turned on. Oh, yeah, and they probably will love it. They'd probably love like a good little otter twink like myself to just like get on top of them and just like, try to ride them a little bit while I just like, a little bit. I bet I would literally feel attention pitching so hard it would be like the fucking Burj Khalifa in his fucking pants, bro. I'll be feeling that literally where I'm like barely not even sitting on him, but I'll feel like a little boop from the Burj Khalifa tent that he's perching up, dude. Only if he had a big dick, because these motherfuckers don't. It would be more like, a little like Pyramid of Pisa or some shit where it'd just be like, beep, just a tiny little thing. Still be turned on, though. Man, I should have recorded some of the trans comedian from last night, because, oh my god, she was fucking hilarious, dude. Oh my god, I wish I did. I hope somebody did. If I can find it on YouTube or something, I'm definitely gonna share it. Yeah, because oh my, she was fucking hilarious. A lot of like the funny, like trans jokes and queer jokes that she made were genuinely hilarious. She had a whole bit being like, so here's like, my here's like what people said to me about being like fat and trans, but also of like, here's my responses to it, kind of shit. And it's like, your parents must have never loved you. And the response would be like, what, do I need my parents' recognition for love? I have people that love me, bitch. I don't need my parents' love for that. Like, so what? You need parents' recognition for love to feel loved? That was the start of it, and then it just kind of cascaded from there with other fucking shit that just got more raunchy and more edgy, and I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like, dude, Dark Woke is so back and it's so here, and I am fucking excited for it. Oh my god. They have a little Epstein lemon dicks. Yeah, for real. Robin Tran. No, she was. Her name was like Ali something. I've actually recognized her because of like the Firkin, because it will do like comedy nights, and I think she hosts like the queer comedy nights or something like that. Ali Wong, maybe. I was gonna go up to her little chunk on the merch table, but by the end of the show, she got her shit packed up and left. So I was just like, damn, because I wanted to at least maybe get a pin because she has some pins and stuff, and see about like when she was gonna have like another event for like comedy night or whatever. Chinese? No, she was she was a white, trans woman. Like, no, she wasn't Asian. It was Ali something. I just don't exactly remember, but I just know something like that. But either way, her fucking set was just fucking hilarious. Wish I at least got something out of that. I'm trying to just wondering. I really don't know. I mean, at least when it comes to like, I just vaguely recognized her. That's all. I'm sure I could probably find something. She's a local Portlander anyway, so guarantee you if there's like a trans comedy night or like a queer comedy night, like at the Firkin or some other place, I guarantee you she's probably going to either host it or be one of the people on a set or whatever. So I'll probably find them again at some point. Love local comedians. Yeah, I mean, I've times where I've had hit and misses. There's been a few times where there's been like some rockin' funny comedians, and there's been times where I'm just like, you're telling like a deep story, like almost like I don't know, like Chappelle esque, where like most of your set is just telling a major story, and then there's a punchline at the end of it, but there's not a lot of funny going on. You know what I mean? And also, there's just some people that just don't. They're just not as funny as they think they are. I mean, I've been to a few comedy nights where there would be like a weird little like roller coaster of like there's some really cool people that just kind of are like, wow, like you're wrong audience, or you just need to work on your material. Or then there'll be times where it'll be kind of in the middle. And then there'll be sometimes where someone will have like a set and then just like read the audience because they know that like that one particular bit or two will be good. And maybe they can gauge an audience and then use the audience as like a part of their, rest of the skit. There's been times I've seen that and it's either worked or not, but mostly has worked because usually it'd be like, it'll be like an add on to like a broader story and stuff like that, or some other shit. Because it'll be like, especially if whether it's not in related or is related to the story, they can find a way to weave a joke into the joke that is the broader punchline overall to the story. Stuff like that. I mean, I've seen various different comedians, do different shit when it comes to that, and I don't know, like it's kind of hard to gauge, when it comes to like what for me is like really truly memorable because I don't remember a lot of these people's names. I just know that I've seen different people and I recognize their faces a little bit, but I haven't really been to a comedy thing in a while. So, I mean, it's just been like so long since I've kind of been in that tiny little sphere because there was like a moment where me and my friends were going to a lot of that shit a lot, but I mean, it kind of fell out of that for a while, to be honest. Actually, next time Logan comes back, after whatever he's doing and shit, I'll probably hit him up, be like, we should go to like a comedy night or something like that. Because it really, now that I think about it, it's been like at least like a fucking year or so, at least for me personally, that I've been to one outside of last night. Even though that wasn't like a full like comedy thing. Just became Chinese recently. All I need was 2 pieces of tape. Oh my. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. At least for me, I don't have to. All I have to do is just get stoned enough and just be like, what's up, man? The whitest Chinese stoner, bro. My god, what are we doing? What the fuck? I'm stopping this before it gets worse. Let's go to helium. What, doing some helium now? Oh my god. Oh my lord. What is happening? Lord mercy. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that felt cool. It's Comedy Club PDX. Oh yeah, that's right. That is a fucking, comedy club. Yeah. Honestly, my brain just decided to move on at that point. But hey, we totally should. I think that'd be kind of a cool little adventure. Oh, just looking around like a fucking bit. Hey, where are the chunks, Jazzy? Oh my god, hold on. Look at Vito. Oh my god. Oh my god, Vito, dude. Wow. What? Oh my god, he's done. Look at he's just so sprawled out. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Where's his head? Oh my god. What the fuck? Vito's pooped. He is just done, bro. Oh my god. Wow. Jazzy. Jazzy. Oh, Vito woke up to that. Oh, chunk. Oh, chunk arrived. Hey, chunk. Up. Jazzy up. Come here, chunk. Jazzy, little bud. Immediate, just like, all right, this is my throne. Oh, you big old chunk. He's chunk. Oh, you just a sharp little sweet thong. Oh, Vito was triggered and just wandered off. Oh my god. Oh my Lord have mercy on this soul. Lord have mercy on this soul right here. Her big old booty all splooted. Oh my Lord. Ah. You're putting so much weight on me, girl. Oh my god. You big old chunk. Oh. You just a sweet little chunk baby. Oh, look at that little thing. Oh, look at her just chilling like a little villain. Because you are kind of a little villain. Hey, stop it. You need a breath mint. You need a doggy breath mint, girl. Don't give me that look. You need doggy breath mint. Left banana peels from my trash and dog figure out how to get into the closed lid today. Oh, dude. If you had Vito, he literally would destroy that closed lid. Even my dog Zukov has done it before. It's diabolical, bro. Some dogs just know how to get into it. I bet Jazzy could too, but she's a little too lazy for it, though. Oh my god. You are putting all your weight on me. Immediate plop. Oh, chunk. Little sweet chunk. Whatever Phoebe is. She's probably going for the fucking heat wave, so she's probably dying for that and be like, I don't want to stream, it's too hot, fuck this. I mean, she's probably going for that now that I think about it, honestly. But that means, why am Paul doing it? You know what? That actually makes sense because it is after midnight. Yeah, Paul wouldn't be. Well, I don't know. He's been doing some late night streams every so often. I could share this to her and see, like, if she's up and maybe, like, I ain't streaming, but I'll pop in or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, that I could. But I won't disrupt her or nothing. I mean, honestly, especially, like, this late in the stream, yeah, I ain't disrupting it. We're chilling. So, yeah. Well, I at least eventually hit her up, you know, at some point, maybe tomorrow or, like, you know, next couple days, just be like, hey, yo, you should check this shit out. Because I know that, you know, I don't know if Damage is going to be doing a tour again anytime soon necessarily, but if she does, and it happens to be like in, you know, in the neck of the woods for Phoebe, I'm just like, I want her to know so she can make her way forth. This is some epic fucking shit. What are you doing? What are you looking to bed for, you little goof? Oh, chuck. Quit trying to look cute. Late streams are bad for me. I'm weak and I don't leave. Yeah, I feel that a little bit. I do the same thing sometimes. I mean, if I'm not streaming, I that's kind of my issue. If there's like, whether it's like Phoebe or Paul or whoever, yeah, that's kind of my thing too. If not, catching up on like DFF because I missed some of that shit because of work or something. Which, speaking of, I need to catch up on the wrestling mega show that they did. Even though I'm not a really big wrestling guy, but just because like I'm a supporter of that shit, you know, I gotta watch it. I got to watch it. See if other things here were going on. Let me tell you. Okay, right now I can't even fathom his existence. Oh my god. Pretty sure not anymore, but there's a neighborhood cat, you know, in the little apartment area. When I walked up the stairs, that cat was like the most chunkiest, unbelievable fucking loaf that has ever loafed. I wish I got a picture of it. I was like, why didn't I? Because, oh my god. I've seen DFF in years, got boring for me. I mean, you know, hey, you know, people got their own, you know, strokes and shit, you know. I've just always been like, I don't know, like, I've grown up a lot with, like, Paul and TJ, especially, like, when it comes to the content and stuff, and I don't know, it's one of those things where, you know, I just kind of want to see where the shtick goes overall, and I'm still liking their little journey, but, I don't know, like I said, it's not for everybody. Never really catch the vibe. I mean, even my friend Logan, like, he kind of likes it, but also hates it because he does not like TJ at all. And sometimes he'll be like, Paul, you're being fuck retarded. But like, so, I don't know. He, like, loves it, but also hates it. He only casually listens to it because I do. You know, not because he listens to it on his own. So, he just happens to have his own weird little commentary about it. Yeah, just because of me. But like I said, I don't know. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Weirdly enough, I kind of wish TJ would do his, like, you know, TJ does live, you know, live streams and shit like that, you know, since, you know, like, since Paul does his shit and stuff, you know, but, I don't know, guess he just doesn't. Would be surprised if the show lasted much longer. I don't know, it's still going pretty good and strong. I mean, they're kind of slightly moving over to Kick right now, you know, and getting, you know, decent income from that as well, so, I mean, I don't know. They're still doing their thing. They haven't hit rock bottom or nothing by any means. I guess I wouldn't necessarily say they're at their peak, you know, but Or maybe they have peaked and now they're just kind of chilling and doing their thing. I don't know, but I mean, I still like the show though, regardless. So. Speaking of Phoebe, she just went live. I just got a notification for it. Heh. Well, I guess there you go. That's what she's doing. Setting up to get live. Yeah, that's right. Should I, like, hit her the fuck up and be like, yo, dual stream this bitch? You know what I mean? Fuck, honestly, it was a little weird and awkward. Like, wait, hold on, I could probably do it. I have an earbud. That probably would work as soon as she would be in my ear, then my phone would be fucking finicky. Especially with, like, you know, the speaker and stuff. Do I dare? Because I actually would, totally, unironically. Should I? Should we, raid her and be like, yo, do a stream with me? I'm kind of kidding a little bit, but I don't know. If there's like a weird vote, it'd be like, yeah, we'll do it or something. Yeah, well. I never watched, seems like bad tense vibe between Paul and the other two. Not really so much anymore. I mean, there's been a few times in the past, but in the last, especially this year and shit, not really. I'll go if you vomit it. There is kind of part of me that is a little bit. Fox is supported at the thing on National Mall called the US the Nifty 50. I want to punch my screen. The Nifty 50. Oh my god. So that's on me. You know what? I need to kind of actually, like, really analyze this real quick. If I do, I kind of want to grab one more just in case, you know what I'm saying? But I've already been to that little store twice already, and, oh my god, I would literally have to do it, like, within a, like, 15-minute time. Oh, fucking Christ. Do I really do that? I'd be on a whole nother level. I know Phoebe would be roasting me, too, because she'd be sober outside and maybe smoke some weed and shit. Fuck. We gotta schedule it. Nah, you know what? I'll schedule that shit with her. Besides, I got work tomorrow, to be honest. Like, it actually would be... I'll just tune into her stream after I'm done, actually, because I know her. She'll be going on for, like, another good hour or so by the time I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, I'll schedule it out for her. I have her Discord and shit. I'll hit her up about it. But the fucking Nifty... Oh, my God. America is cooked. Yeah, I just gotta put that out there. I mean, it doesn't mean that we can take the pot out of the fucking heat, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're kind of like we gotta like fix that, you know what I mean? It's like you know you cook some pasta up, you drain the water, but you forgot to lower the heat. So now the bottom of the fucking pot of the pasta is all fucking fucked up, and now like most of it now is kind of mostly fucked. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, you stepped away from your eggs while you're cooking them, and now like most of them are like kind of stuck to the bottom of the pan. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we're at. You literally have to be like, get it off the heat, rip out what you can salvage, and just look at the damage and be like, what can I fucking salvage here? Is this even savable? We need to recalibrate a bit. A lot. Did you see what the fuck Israel did? Like, you know what? This has been a little bit on my crawl a little bit. You know, fuck it, we're doing it. Like, dude, I swear to God, I think Israel, like, without a nuclear warhead, launch like a weapon that was a nuke, but without the nuclear warhead as just a flex. I swear to fuck, dude. Like, because there was this footage that Kyle, was recovering from today, and dude, it like wiped out like a tiny fucking town, basically. Like, a whole little like neighborhood was just vaporized, and the fucking straight up like videos literally dead ass look like a fucking nuke, at least like to that level of warhead capability type of fucking weapon, like with the mushroom cloud and all. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy shit. And our taxpayers are paying for that. So that's happening. And it's like, supposedly, it's, to fucking, take out these turtles that Hezbollah fucking have. But it's just like, even if it, like, Hezbollah was such a big problem, you can't just, like, borderline nuke a fucking town to take out, like, these tunnel systems and shit. I mean, it's like, I wonder what, like, honestly, what a nuke will look like when it comes to that shit, because I swear to God, like, Israel's not afraid to the idea of using that shit, and it's just an open secret and open knowledge, and, that they do have them, illegally, by the way, and they're probably going to use them, and I sort of, like, when that happens, it's going to be bad. And I guarantee you, no media is going to report on it until it's too late. Oh, we mysteriously have a lot of radiation spikes in this region. We can't figure out why. Even though, like, most of the international media would be fucking showing it, but then mainstream media, especially of Israel and the United States, ain't going to show shit. So someone putting you in a widget and talking on Discord? Oh, because she has her other phone, so we could talk on Discord if we want to. I mean... Oh, shit. Fuck. I'll think about it another time for sure. It's better to at least, like, honestly, like, like, kind of schedule that out a little bit instead of just being an immediate spur of the moment. I think it would be a little preferable. Plus, I don't want to unintentionally, like, well, I guess if I am, I guess want to do it. Whatever. I'll put a pin on it. We need, not only do we need to start paying for their arms, we need to declare open war on them. I mean, yeah, I think there needs to be an ultimatum for them. Either there will be a fucking war, and no matter what, we're immediately cutting off everything, from you. But we're going to fucking you either, stop all hostilities, and you're going to have an open occupation and peacekeeping forces, regardless if there's insiders or other people within your government or in the military that, think otherwise. And we'll immediately, without, haste, basically address that accordingly if there's any little backlash or whatever the fuck that happens from that. And if ultimately you all don't want to agree about it, then yeah, Tel Aviv's getting bombed to shit then, bitch. Blockades galore. Have fun with that. You want to play that game? Oh, this is another reason why I definitely want to put a pin on that little feed chat. Low on wheat. I need to get that tomorrow. I need to get a little bit more in the future because I'm a little low and starting to have that problem. Oh no. Yeah, fucking bunch of bullshit. Get out of it. lacking. Nah. Also, just remember, I also need to do a couple other things too. A little laundry and a few other things. So that's another thing I just remembered. My little like, what's his name? Fucking ass just being over here like, yeah, what's up? But you know, I was kind of surprised. Filogino, he would. I figured he would have been back by now, but I guess not. Because he said he's like, yeah, it'll only be like in half an hour at most. You know, hanging out with my girlfriend for a bit, talk and shit. But I guess they have went into many different things to where they're just hanging out now. Not necessarily a big deal. I'm actually thinking about potentially grilling up some pork chops whilst I'm doing some laundry and a few other things. So I'm just like, I just need to get them seasoned up a little bit and other shit because they need to be cooked tonight for sure, no matter what. Or at least, you know, with my cooking experience and knowledge, I can at least, you know, smell test everything, make sure it's all Gucci. Such feelings live stream a couple of socials that way, so she did a must research for roaches and eventually found a fat blunt roach. Nice. Hey, when you're a stoner, bro, and you gotta find, you know, your source, you got your ways. I mean, shit, even when it comes to these, like, you know, bowls, when they're kind of looking like this a little bit, you pick them out enough, and you're like, and you just need like a day or two. That wrestling kind of strangely, comes in clutch. Especially if it's like through multiple different strains of weed and everything. Like, because there's still a little bit of that, like, weedness left. You know what I mean? I live that struggle. Yeah, I mean, not as often, but every so often it happens. It's a trouble with the old pipe on the crack shit off, Joe. For 2 winters later. What? Damn. Interesting. Ooh, nice snack crackle pop. Ooh, a lot of snack crackle pops. Ooh. Ooh, that felt fucking good. Ooh. That felt fucking nice. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That felt good. Felt fucking so goddamn good. You always gotta do some nice good old stretch every so often. Okay, I need to get this empty motherfucker like way over here because I keep grabbing it. Meh. This is what I want, not the empty bitch. Is that the only one missing? Just holding? Hold. Some born with real gifts, but I was born into the ability to cook different shaped pastas and have them in the same amount of cooked. I mean, I could do that too. I mean, I know how to make pasta. And I also actually know how to make it from scratch. It's actually not even that hard. I will say, if you actually want to, like, properly make, like, pasta, like, for, like, spaghetti and shit like that, or, like, angel hair, you need, like, a spaghetti roller or, like, a pasta roller machine. But if you want to make, like, a rough pasta dish, you know, like, you can make, like a pasta raw, and then from there just dice or at least cut it to a rough length that you want, and then there you go, basically. But I don't know, like Pasta is just such a versatile thing overall. Because even you could literally have just something as simple as like some butter, garlic, and pepper, or just cheese. And that's it. Or maybe even have like a very complex dish. Like pasta is just very versatile and a really good foundation to make pretty much whatever the fuck you want. That's why it's very foundational in a lot of cultures. Like whether it's like chow mein, pad thai, spaghetti, rigatoni, whatever the fuck. Like pasta is like all over the world. When it comes to like that foundational element when it comes to that type of dish, which is pretty soon. In the pace, I gotta turn this fucking auto translate shit off. Actually, is there a way to like just do that so it just is not on every fucking time? In the pace, I'm pretty sure that wasn't exactly what you were trying to say. It's just such an auto translate thing. I'm just like, god damn it, that needs to be turned off. It kind of annoys me sometimes. It's helpful occasionally, but not in this case. I'm pretty sure in the paste is not what you were trying to say. Or maybe it was. I don't fucking know. I'm really starting to kind of think about them pork trucks a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It starts with a war growl. It starts with getting fired up, staring at yourself in the mirror and showing some teeth and saying, I'm a human being, I have dignity, I'm going to resist, I'm going to start recognizing the propaganda, I'm going to break free from it, humanity's going to come together. You punch me, I'll pull your arms out. Wow, what a poll. What a poll playlist. I'm sick of you raping my country. I'm sick of you shutting our country down. I'm sick of you. Patriotic you are all day. What a poll by the algorithm. Fucking love it. You just gotta love this shit. God damn it. Whenever it just happens in the poll, you just gotta respect it. I am actually gonna look at, see about them pork chops, because I'm gonna say fucking whip them bitches up. But we're bringing everything. We're gonna see. Wow. We're gonna fall off. All right, let's see. Oh shit, it's buried underneath some of this. Ah shit, what do I do here? Break the conditioning! I mean, it's starting to have like a slight, barely discoloration. But should be alright. 27. Yeah, alright, let's give it a smell. Smell test. Yeah, nope. No weird smell. They're good. Alright, well, here, let's check out the let's check out this. Shut the fuck. What the fuck? Let's check out this situation. Why is there fucking old ass weird funky foil here, bruh? Oh my god. Bruh. 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 Back the fuck. I know Logan, he would get butthurt if I don't put foil on the fucking goddamn grill, even though you don't need it. It would just retardedly stupid, but alright. I don't even know where to put y'all right now. How do I do this? Alright, well. I'm trying Jones. That'll be the raw plate, and this will be the cooked plate. I'll just put that way over here for now. Oh, that's a nice big one. I am remove these. I need to actually really double check on the smells a little bit. Not gonna lie. Logan never let you hear it again. No, he told me it was either me or him cooking these tonight. I'm literally kind of like borderline like wondering right now. I mean, it doesn't smell bad. I know that was 5 days. I know, yeah. I think these might need to be just TLDR, like GTFO, fam. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, as a Alpha Gen and the Zumi say. I think unironically that might be the case. Which, by the way, I'm watching the fuck out of, especially my 2 fucking fingers right now, because I pricked out that fucking meat with those 2 fingers like a claw. That claw. You know, so yeah, nah, fam. I think these meats, as much as they don't necessarily look bad, I'm pretty sure they're not good. Like, I'm unironically not trying to have food poisoning, dog. I don't want to wake up and be like, I'm dying. I can't go to work and I need the money, bro. Like, yeah, nah, fam. I am not trying to have that type of shit, bro. Now, I could find some meats that probably would be alright. I'll say that much. But I'm pretty sure this shit is like actually unironically cooked. No pun intended. Give me some lockjaw. Oh my god. I mean, what else do we have in here? He doesn't have anything else thawed, bro. All of his meats are in the freezer. Bro, dude, he should have been back already, because I kind of, confirmed this with him, but he's gonna probably, I don't know. Oh my god, bro. Bruh. I don't know. Let me give it a little more smell test. I mean, it's not that it's bad smelling, and it's not like it's just that normal smell is way too strong for what it normally should be. I know, dude. The song is just... I don't know. It's... man, I hate to be paranoid about it, but I don't want to, because I'm usually the one that needs to calm my friends for fucking paranoid down about this shit. Well, I'm gonna take a peek around the corner and see if it's like out there or something, because I need to like assess this. Psychological, physical, spiritual. We can beat them if we'll get out of their mind trick, set up a control. He is not. I am not that surprised whatsoever. Son of a bitch. I mean, I could just leave it over here for now. Just for the meantime, I guess. Alex Jones is warning you. I think he is. I think, yeah, what would Alex Jones do? He would break the conditioning and probably say, nah, fam. I think that might be it, dog. I don't know. Like, I ain't trusting it that much. And Logan trusts me when it comes to my judgment. If I'm a little, like, skeptical about it, then I think it might be a little... Because I was doing some smells, and I don't know. Like, it's... Like I said, it's not... It's not like it's fucking like a negative, like bad smell, but it's just, it's not strong, but that regular smell of it is too strong, and that means it's starting to literally be like at that point of like, yeah, no, return kind of thing. And I think I might have hit that shit, which I'm kind of needing to hit him up, and I kind of don't. Oh my god, I kind of need to do it right now. That's a fucking problem. Fuck. Son of a fuck. All right, well, because I need to see what his judgment is about it. Is he like, fuck it, just cook them like until they're like crispy burnt kind of thing and like mega well done kind of shit, or what? Like, he might just say fuck it. So I don't know. No, they're not. They're right there. I see Vito just chilling. And where I have it sitting, trust me, they're not going to. I'm not balling. They know better when there's people around. They do that shit when no one's around. I mean, here, I'll show you Vito right now. He's literally just plopped over there, just chilling. He's just being a bean. I know Vito's a master of his craft. Well, not when he's plopped over there in a visual range where I can see him. He knows that I'm talking about him. Where's Jazzy, by the way? Yeah, Vito. Yeah. I say Jazzy and you come up. What the fuck, dude? Jazzy. Jazzy. Jazzy Bean. Oh, you're the one waiting because you smell it. Oh, Jazzy. Yeah, you get under there. Yeah, you go under the cave. Ooh. Jazzy was the one trying to be a little snoopy one. But Vito was being shut. Yeah, I hear your tail going like boom, 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 boom. You knew better. Chunk, chunk. Yeah, your tail going crazy because you knew better and you're scared of something. What the fuck, Vito? Can I help you, big boy? I am lecturing Chunk. Don't make me lecture you. I'm in the middle of lecturing Chunk. Chunk. You were trying to get into me, Chunk. You already have plenty of problems. You have no more problems. Stop with the problems. You do not go scavenge Chunk. No scavenge Chunk. And you don't elaborate on that. And you do not try to disrupt my lecture with Chunk. Vito, you know better. Vito. Vito. No. Don't be giving me that back talk. Really? Seriously, boy? Vito, you goofy boy. I'm a derpy happy boy. What a good little donkey boy. Vito, wait, Vito, where are you go? Where do you think you're going? What you doing? Crazy boy. Crazy little Vito. I'm thinking Ian's right call. You'd be pissing out in the morning otherwise. More than that, probably also out of my mouth too. Yeah. I'm probably just gonna take that plate and just like walk away, you know, to dump and dispose of it. But we need to at least get rid of some of the stuff that we got. So maybe I should at least get some stuff thawed from the freezer too. So I have to figure something out with the homeboy. Because I know this much. You can't be trying to like, you know, do some cooking fucking thing at like 4 in the morning. So it's like or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh. Once we get back, we're like done with that now, and then cooking up something. Because that'd be kind of nice, actually. You know, whip up a little some meats and some stuff. Yeah, that's right. Whip up a little something. But yeah, the meats. That's why I'm glad I did the smell test, because I was like, there wasn't really a smell once I opened it. It was once I started taking the meats out. That was like when I was like, that's a little questionable. What? Just slap that fucking phone out. Just be like, you know, fuck y'all. Just like, it's like, fuck you. It's like, Jesus. If I just fight in your cereal. That must be a kink of yours, because why would you do that if you weren't into it? And why are you telling the world about it? You fucking freak. Hey, you do you, boo, but that ain't my thing. That's a little wild, bro. I'm just saying. Dig the hat. Well, I've had it for a long time. I just kind of made some upgrades and, you know, kind of took it out of retirement. What kind of cereal? Lucky Charms. I'm just going to take to the gas to say Lucky Charms because he wants to get lucky with that fart in that ass, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I mean, Lucky Charms. What the fuck? Oh my god, what's wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? I just unleashed that to the fucking ether. My god. I think Donald J. Plump. At least they're based in understand that he's Epstein, you know, fucking pedophile too, as well, and being a big old plump, dementia-addled, fermented, rotting pumpkin orange hybrid freak. So there's that. Reese's Puffs. That makes sense too. A little Reese's Puff cereal. Get a nice little garnish of some of that Reese's colored, you know, acrimon. And then get a little puff of the. I'm done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Do you wear Beretta sometimes? Oh yeah, what, a beret? I don't have one, but I would get one, actually. I kind of do want one. I will say. One of the hardcore lefties that starts wearing red berets with, like, far lefty pins on it and shit. Yeah. Fuck it. Look it. I mean, I already got this shit. I got a few other things. Like, might as well just go fucking all in with it at that point. I mean, Syndicalist Barry would go hard as fuck. Well, hey. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, I can easily do it. I already got a lot of pins and materials and shit like that for it. Ah! God fucking damn it. Say bounce. I need a goddamn fucking new phone, so it's just alright. Next paycheck, that's literally what's happening. Like, this is getting ridiculous. This is absurd. This is ridiculous and absurd. I swear to fuck. Are you bounced us? Oh my god, that's why. It was really like bouncing on some fucking hair tie. Oh my god. Ah. I need a new phone stand. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. What the fuck? And a cape? I kind of already ish do. It's my IWW flag. I just like to wear it as a cape sometimes. I just tie it up like this and oh my god. Well, wow, this is about to be a major regret probably because I'm going to be like strangled in this somehow. There we go. Boom. I wish I could tie it up a little bit better, but there's no real way to like really make it like super tight, especially if I like scrunching the words up. But we're outside like this. Then I could just use one of my hands and just be like, all right, motherfuckers, just do this and just be like, well, that, and just be like, and I like how it's also upside down, but whatever. You get the gist. You get the gist. What's up, B-Rob? You want the cape? Want the cape, big old boy? Why in the fuck is the music just like... Is it just that quiet? Yeah, I guess it was. Oops. I mean, he's wearing it. He's just kind of like... He's just laying his little head on me and just be like, what the fuck, Unc? I kind of like it because it's like a blanket, but, bro. Oh, big old boy. Oh, you're just a sweet boy. You just became a little IWW boy. You don't even know what to do with this. You just don't even... Do you even care? He's like, all right, I guess this is what's happening now. Go get her, Vito. No, Vito. Oh, my God. Uh-oh. Vito. Oh, my God. Vito. Vito. Okay, let's get it off of you. You silly boy. Oh, Vito. You goofy boy. Super pup. He's a labor pup. Not like my boy, though. Zukov is the true anarchist because he has all that labor experience. He's been to labor union strikes. Unlike y'all. Y'all wish you could be like Zukov. Yes. I even named him after a fucking true communist hero of the fucking Great War of, World War II. We slaughtered Nazis. Destroy and slaughter Nazis in the Battle of Kursk in Berlin. Da, comrade. Yeah. You big old deal, boy. He don't even know what to do with it. He's like, whoa. He's like, I'm just getting loved and scritched and belly scritches and shit. I don't even care. Crazy boy. Let's talk later politics of Unk. Yeah, because he wishes he'd be Unk with his neph. But no, he hasn't yet experienced such. Oh, Jesse, what's up, little chunk chunk? Y'all gotta quit boofing that random shit, y'all. Just saying. Little absurd. Little absurd, I tell you. I tell you, just a little upset. I have a bat onesie, which is kind of a cape effect. Nice. I need speaking of onesies, I need to get my husky onesie a little cleaned up. Between like the few protests I've been to with ice and shit, you know, where it's kind of gotten a little not like fucked up, you know, a little scruffed up a little bit, you know, and then with the ladder lip, you know, shit, like it got a little you know, a little bit of a shenanigans there, especially with the rain. You know, it needs a little bit of a little TLC. I'm gonna do that at least after, you know, like the next laundry load I do, because I actually want to look up about like how to clean it without fucking it up further, kind of thing. Because I'm pretty sure it needs to be on like either a warm or a cold setting or something like that. So I need to figure that one out. I don't want to just throw it in with the rest of my laundry and just like think it's gonna be okay. Like I want to make sure I actually like, you know, give it a little TLC and a little bit of love. Yeah, that's right. At least luckily I have it, you know, nice and stored up for now, for the meantime, until I have an excuse to, you know, whip it out for something, for some little event. Honestly, I might just say fucking and like, you know, just like throw it out for like a punk show for the hell of it. Maybe for one of these days, because there's a lot of like, you know, fun, silly, eccentric little shit that happens, you know, at punk shows that's even beyond what that little thing, because there's a lot of people that'll show up with some wild, crazy little things. I've seen people show up in like little, like full on like bodysuits and stuff like that and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? You all like whipping up, but hey, y'all having the time and having fun, so who gives a fuck? Adds to the vibe. Oh my god, it would be so bad, honestly, because I'll be a sweaty fuck throughout that whole time. That thing would just be accumulating all the heat. Constantly going to be needed like ice water and ice cold brews for that type of shit. Chassis. I know. What's up? I don't trust you, Jazzy. I don't know if it's just me, but I think I had the tiniest of whiff of that meat too, even from in here. So I'm thinking like, yeah, if I had like the weird like subconscious whiff of that, yeah, definitely tossing that shit. Shame. Dude, I kind of like love, but like got so more frustrated with sometimes. It's like, dude, you buy so much meats and food. It's like there is times where like, legit kind of goes to waste, like this. And it's like, man, it's not like an area you're falling on. I know you're doing that also to feed everyone. I supposed to have access, but there are a lot of times we're like, well, don't touch this food, it's my food, you know, blah blah blah. But I don't know. It's like one of those things where like you gotta at least like figure out a little balance of that because there's times where I'm like, I want to whip up a little something, something, but it's this shit. So, I just want something quick anyway. So I'll have at least a little something, something. But oh my god, like, there's like no space for me to at least have some baby. It's a little like kind of like goddamn, bro. I mean, I don't know. It's just like a kind of a dumb little silly thing because it's like I mean, it does happen a little bit more frequently than I especially personally like to happen. It's like, man, uh, because it is kind of unfortunately a waste, and it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't sit right, you know. I don't like you wasting food, especially when you couldn't fucking like make it because it just went bad because you sat on it too long, you know. Yeah, they could not eat it. Well, they're not my dogs. I'm like their unk. Though my dog is the second litter of the same parents from these two dogs, so hence why I'm like unk to them because they're like my little fur nephew and fur niece to my younger little fur son, Zukov. Here is there? Do I have a way that I can show a picture? Yeah, let me see. Do I have one on here? I don't think so, but maybe I can go on my Google Photos kind of thing or some shit on here. Oh wait, I just realized I need to fucking turn the Wi-Fi hotspot on. Derp. So I just gotta wait a minute. But I'll find him. I'll find my bean. Because he is just a little bean boy. As soon as this does it's saying. Come on, bitch. Sync up. Sync. Do you think? Do you think? Nah, don't update. Just fucking. Oh my god, come on. There should be a way. Wow, I think it literally wants me to update before I. Oh my god, wow. I guess we just have to wait an extra second. Jesus Christ, my god. Fucking hell. Dude. I'm so cost fallacy in this bitch. I don't care. Come on. Process your shit. Let's go. Come on. Proceeding to get literally like every fucking notification possible from like the last week. Oh my god. Just spamming me right now. Jesus Christ. There we go. Got rid of that wave of it at least. Oh no, there's another wave. Stop sending me notifications, Jesus Christ! Oh my god, it literally won't stop. Fucking hell. I knew that was gonna happen either way. Come on, update your shit so I swear to god if it doesn't actually get what I want, I'm not gonna be happy. Come on. Breaking notification ink. Seriously, dude. Fuck. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, I think now we got it. We just gotta go back a little bit. Once I find a picture, I will be able to pull it up. Camera. I know I got one somewhere around. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the bullet. Here, hold on. We'll do it this way. I found it. Burp. Come on. Focus. Needs more focus. There we go. Oh, boy. There he is. Look at that face. Look at that little face. Look at that bang. Kind of looks like a little bit of a Vito, but he has those permanent little floppy little ears. And he has like a little white tooth, in comparison to what Jazzy got. Actually, I think. Well, that's. Okay, well, hold on. I'm pretty sure I got another picture besides the ones I just did that. There's a couple more that I had where he was being sprawled out, being silly. Where were they? Because those were edited photos that I made, so they were recent into that. Oh my god. Oh, no, I have to scroll all the way around this. Okay, I think. Come on. Oh, here it is. Well, I guess not, but here's another one where he's just being a little silly boy, just kind of staring off into something. He's still kind of just chilling, just being a boy. He is just a sweet little thing, I tell you what. I tell you what, he's just the sweetest little thing. And eventually, like after me and my brother get some time to hang out and shit, we'll eventually get him back because he's dog sitting him right now in the meantime, just because the intermittence of my move. But we just haven't had any like actual time to get together to get him back over here and stuff. Dog looks super hot. You're just gonna have an immediate like goner on that one. Like, hey, yo, bro, what? Excuse me? Like, do I have to reread that and like process that that was actually what I fucking saw? I'm the fucking furry, and people joke about that shit, being like, "Oh, this is," but apparently, I guess, well, I guess I can't even show off, my sweet little boy, my little doggo, without someone like trying to like be weird about. Oh my god, dude! Wow. Motherfuckers, man. What the fuck? Thought that was a steak. So Dahlia Surat. Oh, did I fuck it? Oh my god. Did I just like misread that? Yeah, I literally did. Oh my god. Wow. Derp to derp. Spoden each moment. Derp to derp. Man, dude, I get trigger happy when it comes to certain things. Okay, like when even if I misread something, it's like because they're trolls, bro. Like I've actually because I've had that before. I literally be like, "Oh, Jazzy," or you know, with like these dogs I got over here. Like there will be people being like, "Oh, you do something? Can I do that?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, who the fuck are you? I mean, like, cause dead ass, that shit would happen. Like a trigger happy because I'm like, "Oh hell no! What's wrong with you, fuck? Doth not welcome here." Like I get like it's just one of those things, man. It's like Jesus Christ. My bad, Romeo. Goddamn. Oop. I guess fingers crossed. Maybe they think like, oh, that like aggressive like shit's a little hot. I tell you, oh, damn, it's a little assertive. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's a line into it. I don't. There are some people that are like that though. They're like, oh, I didn't think you threw that way a little bit. I just got that. You never fucking know, dude. I don't know. It's one of those things where, yeah. Oop, well, yeah, say la vie. Or not, who knows? Probably say la vie, but whatever. Oops. Hard to read stuff off votes. That is true, to be honest. Especially because, like, the, text is not, like, completely, you know, easy to read because it's not really that huge. Even, like, the profile pictures and everything are, like, kind of little tiny. Maybe I just need a big phone. Just get a legit, like, full brick of a phone. Actually, I saw somebody, like, at the show yesterday that had a phone, but it literally, like folded out like a book, and, like, the whole, like, square of that phone was literally like a screen. I was just like, whoa. What is that? Because can I have that? Because that is actually kind of fucking awesome. Because I was just like, what the fuck? I mean, because that'd be kind of cool to, like, for doodling art and shit, and plus other stuff. But also, I kind of find it interesting how, like, the first, like, mobile phones were legit, literal bricks, and now we're literally going back to bricks when it comes to these phones now. I do find it kind of a little interesting, but kind of fun. And a little funny to think about. I kind of want one of those. I want, like, a straight up, like, full brick ass little fucking thing. Because I guarantee you that thing will survive pretty much goddamn anything. It'd probably be easier to do, like, little stems and other shit too. Who knows? But that'd be nice. Jazzy, are you on here? Oh my god, Jazzy. Jazzy. If you're big as Vito, I know exactly what you'd be doing, girl. I know what the hell you're trying to do. I know what's up. You're trying to snoop. You're snooping for what should not be snooped. Yeah, hide a big old butt under there. Big goof. At least Vito's smart. He just hangs out over there being like, yeah, if I did anything wrong, especially when there's a human unk and my dad or something, that'd be bad. Better be in their visual and just chill. The iPhone 19 is shaped like a coffin. Ugh. Well, I'm never having an iPhone. I'm saying that much for sure. I will get like like an Android of some sort, if I need to get another upgrade, but at least for now my phone's pretty good. I just need to, like, get a couple other upgrades and some investments and some shit like that, and then from there, I can at least get a lot of my fucking files and shit on my phone transferred over to the computer. And then, like, for like photos, Jesus Christ, for like photos and like videos and shit, I could at least have them, transferred over there, and then I can upload them and deal with them over there, on my PC. And then moving forward, I can at least have a clean state and have like a lot of memory space where I can at least, fucking finally, you know, use up a good shitload of it for like different concerts or, shit like that. Or like shows or other random little things. Yeah, I don't want a Google Pixel or nothing. I want an Android of some sort. Wish the LG phones used to be a thing, because fuck, those are always so fucking reliable and really good. Like Samsung. Yeah, I haven't had a Samsung in a long time, honestly. I'm sure eventually I'll probably, I don't know, maybe get another one. I'm not really looking to get a phone upgrade necessarily anytime soon, but if I do get another one, it will be at least like a backup slash like stream phone. So even if I'm doing this with my main phone, I can at least like do Discord calls and other shit with like my other phone and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Better than, that kind of shit. Use it kind of as like a quote business phone, so to speak. Get AMC like Wile E. Coyote. Oh, I did see a trailer for that new movie about like Wild Coyote and AMC or whatever the fuck that movie's gonna be about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking about checking that out. I'm thinking about maybe going to that movie. I'm not even gonna lie, because it weirdly does actually look kind of good. Howdy, fun to be out here. I'm smoking volcanoes with two broken arms. Hey, from earlier, you said this. Like, what happened with your broken arms, dog? What happened there, man? What'd you do? Just like, goddamn, bro. You, my brother, Ron. I hope to be. The hermano. Sí. El Moyo el de hermano. Moyo el de hermano. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not. Can I read it from here? This phone's with water cooling, pretty neat. They got shit like that now? What the fuck? Oh my god, wow. Dude, tech is, advancing even more than I thought. Damn. Oh yeah. But probably out of my affordability range. Crashed your motorbike. Picked it up with one of my good broken arm and then rode 2 hours home. Please tell me you at least went to the hospital and shit. And you got like casts on you and stuff like that. Like, please tell me that that's like what you also did, because oh my god. Can't out tonight, but I want to say hey. Well, probably won't be on for too much longer, but I'll call whenever the fuck I feel like it. Oh my god. Ow. Dude, I've like, fucked myself up before. Like, I mean, I've broken like my wrist and then literally have walked to the hospital before being like, well, This sucks, but hospital's around the corner. Fuck it. Vito. Vito. What are you trying to windmill in your tail? Doing a little. Are you trying to do some green renewable energy with your tail? Are you a windmill? Bro's raw dogging 2 broken arms. It's just that I know that's kind of fucking wild. Yo, I was inviting Canada. I might, potentially go in December to see Rush. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually unironically potentially thinking about that. It's not set in stone, but given certain circumstances, if things kind of work out the way I, think it does, then I might do it. I might actually be out there. And because if I'm going to see Rush, I mean, I'm gonna probably either get a hotel or something. I'm either gonna fly there or take a train out there. And I also you'll spot. Well, hey, yeah, if you honestly want, I don't know if you got my Discord or not, but if you don't, like, hit me up on Discord because honestly, like, let's say, like, if that trip actually ends up being a thing, it would save me money if there's a chill motherfucker that I'm like, hey, yo, let's, I got at least a couch to just crash at. You know what I mean? So, hey, it would legit make the trip cheaper and also even more fun because now I got someone to kind of kick it with until the show. Because unless you go to it, I mean, if you want, because the only reason why I'd be going up there would be for the Rush concert that's in Vancouver, BC. So that'd be my main reason for it. So, I don't know. I mean, if you want to go gay Vancouver, like, that is I mean, like, I don't want to, like, press you, but like, if I am going to it, then it is an open opportunity, if you want to, especially if you're actually, like, kind of serious about spot me and, when it comes to the spot, too, and stuff, like, but, like I said, nothing's set in stone, so, I mean, it's just one of those things where if I can at least, get some of my other stuff, settled a little bit more, and then, at least at the very minimal, at least get a PC, and then, make sure that my trip to Montana is all financed out and all that good. I mean, after all that, I'll see what I got, and then I could probably make it work. I'll decide. I'll just have to see what happens, honestly. Chances are, unfortunately, I might not be able to, but I want to push for it. I haven't seen Rush ever, and honestly, even if it's just me, me, myself, and I, and like a cool like dude from my streams, going to it or some shit or whatever the fuck, like that'd be a cool fucking weird experience, and I love it. So, I mean, none of my friends could say that that's been the thing that happened. Well, have a unique travel experience, I will say. So. Only the people that can own my property can wash it. Wait, oh. 4 days in hospital. I have a cast on my bad arm. Removable splint on my good broken arm. Nobody wipes. It's Bubba, me, and my mom. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, at least. So I'm guessing you have like a. So what's like the good arm? Like, was it like maybe like a really bad cracked wrist a little bit where you could still kind of use your hand, and then maybe like a collarbone, fracture or something, and the other arm is just fucking just fucked. Like I have to assume it's something like that where if it was a motorcycle crash, like one arm obviously had to get more fucked up than the other one. I'm assuming because you're falling one way or the other. And then you're ragdolling, so obviously, you're going to get fucked up, when that happens. But at least, you know, the arm that you didn't like crash on, so to speak, is going to be the least fucked. So, but oof. Today is Canada Day, July 1st. Hell yeah. Oh, chomp, chomp, popping the little head out of the bed. So cute. Little bing bing. Man, I hope Canada at least has a little bit of an emphasis of like, hey yo, we'll yeah, we can take American refugees even if we don't necessarily, you know, have the prerequisites, you know, to be official Canadian citizens. But if they can at least, you know, naturalize themselves and some shit like that or whatever the fuck, like, then all Gucci game kind of thing. Because I will say, I mean, I kind of hope that, you know, Canadian government does open up with that a little bit, because I don't think they really have yet as it stands. But if they do, then ooh, that would be kind of nice. But I do have a philosophy of mine where I'm like, man, I personally don't want to necessarily leave because I, you know, especially at least with Cascadia. So, because it's just my home, I was born and raised here, you know, it's where like I grew up, kind of thing, you know. So, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to, you know, kind of leave like Portland and, you know, like Oregon, Cascadia when it comes to like, you know, the Pacific Northwest, specifically, you know, outside of, you know, Canada. Because, I mean, Northern Cascadia, while probably still my home, arguably, I mean, that's kind of like my neighbors up the road. You know, I don't really know them that much. I like to, I love to, but and if I had to, maybe I have to move up the road a little bit and, you know, be there or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind that, but I always want to be able to be like I can go back to my old home, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I just I just can't really see myself leaving here. You know, kind of thing. I know, like, because my roommate at least is very talkative about that, and I'm just like, hey, I mean, it's if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I don't care. Like, I mean, well, I do in a sense because it would suck to not have you around, but I mean, if you think that's best, then I want what's best for you, kind of thing, right? Like, especially as a friend and a homie, kind of thing. But you can't like take everybody with you, you know. Like, I'm I'm not gonna go. I'm sorry. Like, you know, it doesn't matter what principle, this and that, or whatever. Like, you can't take everybody, and not everyone, you know, is gonna have the same idea. You know, so it's like one of those things where it's like I'm staying here. I mean, and plus I have too many other obligations that have nothing to do with the politics and the economic factors and the other shit too. I mean, like, I got my niece, I got my sister, my brother, like I got other family that I gotta kind of care about, you know. And also, at least as long as they're still around, my mom and dad too, you know. And I know for a fact that my mom ain't got that much time left, so it's like I can't just fucking abandon that and leave. I'm staying here, you know, because I generally do have obligations and plus my own personal philosophy and politics around it. Either way, I'm not leaving. Like, I've made that set in, you know, like stone when it comes to my personal feeling about that. If it gets that bad, then all right, well, I'll adapt accordingly. And hopefully, you know, the rest of the world can help us out a little bit, you know. But beyond that, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm just not gonna leave. Maybe I'm stubborn like that, but I got as far as I'm concerned, I don't really have like that much of a valid reason to leave outside of like, yeah, it's a fascist shithole here. But so's you know, but the problem is like it's an international thing, and it's not just, you know, the U.S. is suffering from this problem, you know, and also it's I mean, like it's kind of like a running away from your problems kind of thing. It's like, what you think running away from the problems is going to solve it? Because I also know for a fact that like even if you are a citizen of another country, you still got to abide by U.S. taxes and other shit too. I mean, there's a lot of other things because I've done a little bit of research off and on about certain things. It's like, well, how much, even if you revoke your U.S. citizenship, like how much of an obligation do I still have to that state? And it's like, well, you still kind of do. And it's like, what? I mean, even if you want to flee the country and revoke your citizenship, you're still somewhat obligated to the state. You know, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, you're kind of trapped a little bit. You know, like the U.S. government is going to find a way to scalp you up and, you know, milk you for what you are, even if you do leave the country and aren't a citizen anymore. Which is ironic because they'd rather fucking, you know, like deport and fucking, you know, discriminate against, you know, recent migrant, you know, people and shit, especially if they're brown, you know, and then fuck on them. But oh no, if you want to leave the country and not be a citizen and migrate out of the country, oh, now we gotta still make sure we get a little bit something out of you. It's fucking ridiculous and bullshit. Gotta watch where you're driving. It's more like a bus, honestly. Like you got like different passengers on a bus that are like chill, pretty cool. Which arguably is probably most of the people on the bus. And then you got a lot of loudmouth, crazy psycho motherfuckers, and every so often the driver that is, you know, driving the bus might be competent, might not be, this and that, whatever the fuck. But right now, that bus driver is literally a dementia out of crazy psycho fucking maniac who's a pedophile, and like, I mean, it's more like a bus, dude. I mean, it's like one of those like extended buses and shit where you have like a lot of different people that are passengers from all sorts of spectrums of, you know, life and blah blah blah. But the driver just has to be like a fucking far right crazy pedophilic fucking weirdo dementia old man that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing anymore. Outside of random people that come up next to the fucking driver's seat, be like, I don't know, you should be doing this. Because that totally is like how we can easily fucking navigate, you know, driving the bus around and shit in the streets, right? 100%. Yeah, switch up the tunes a little bit. Come on. Come on, man. Yeah, I'll let this work. That works. It's probably like 25 gigs to every weirdo. I don't want to be sold too much on the geeks. It's more like 25, like, I don't know, like, for every, like, you know, weird fascist motherfucker, there's always going to be, like, you know, 25 random average people / like centrist liberal type. Like, I mean, for the broad like spectrum, there's always going to be like, you know, a legit strong little bubble of crazy fucking people that are like at best, quote unquote, like incel far right degenerates, and then you got like, you know, worse, just straight fucking Nazis. It's just like, ooh, yippee skippy. Only need 1 in 100 cool guys. Well, we need also the, you know, that one to also be clones, like Mamdani, with the Mom Day to heaven, inshallah, praise be his name, with Mom Dynasty. Allah, New York, and so on. I mean, come on. Yeah, like, sometimes we need more than just one cool guy. We need, like, clones and, like, 100,000, you know, types of people like that. You know what I mean? Like, being a little hyperbolic, but those are the type of people that we generally kind of, like, need in the world, especially in this country, more than ever. Which, I'm hopeful. I mean, like, what we're seeing now is legitimately a fucking trend that hasn't happened to this fucking degree in a long fucking time, and it should have happened back in 2016, but it got stifled so hard. And same with 2020. But now, even a little bit to a lesser extent in 2024. But now it can't be stifled anymore. It literally is just like the dam is broken, and now the flood is here. It's the great workers' flood, the red flood, the red wave, but not the Republican red. You know, and it's just like, and it's here. And you know what? Good. And that's why I love like some of the trolls and other people from way earlier and back on the stream being like, "Oh my god, you call me this and that." It's like, good. Cry more, you little bitch. Because if you think this is communism, oh my god, wait until you see what real communism looks like. Whoa. It's like, holy shit. Oh, you're in for a trip. Good song. You're no commie. Well, yeah, because I'm not authoritarian. Well, to an extent. I'm just not a communist. I'm syndicalist, anarchist. You know, I'm all sorts of other ists of the left, but not a communist. America, I'm free. Me with the power of purple uniform. By authoritarianism, whichever angle appears from. I will say, I mean, I'm kind of on a broader, quote unquote, big tent united front when it comes to leftists in general, including communists right now. Because we all ultimately have like a similar goal in the short term. You know, us anarchists, syndicalists, you know, can hash it out with, you know, communists later down the line. You know, and I think, you know, we don't have to fight it out literally kind of shit, you know, at that point. But I mean, because frankly, I'm gonna be blunt. Like, there are certain elements about like the gulags, this and that, ooh, like scary commie kind of shit, where I'm like, honestly, they're kind of right. Like, I'm gonna be blunt. Like, yeah, they kind of were. Like, oh, like you know, Mao and like the persecution of the landlords and shit. Yeah, you're goddamn fucking right. Put a landlord in a landfill. Fuck a landlord. Yeah, like actually unironically based. You know, like there's certain things where I'm kind of like, yeah, they kind of had it right. Actually, they were kind of based a little bit. Yeah, authoritarian, sure, but you know what? An iron fist is needed occasionally. I can kind of jive with that a little bit. I got a streak, I will admit, but short term, you know, shit for a long term gain, I suppose, right? I don't know. I mean, it's like, cause, yeah, like I said, like fuck a landlord, fuck this duopoly, fuck these billionaires, little French Revolution style kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we kind of need a little bit of that. We need a little radical, Luigi shit. Not overtly, but yeah. The insurance amazing. Well, yeah, socialized medicine. Yeah, and I would also want that for automobile insurance as well, and extend that to any like vehicular insurance as well. We all need some sort of vehicle, whether it's like an e-scooter, e-bike, car, bike, motorcycle, whatever the fuck it is. We all need some sort of insurance on shit like that, right? Like, why not just socialize all that? What's the big deal, right? Not everyone necessarily needs it, but if you got one, then you immediately automatically get like a baseline, level of insurance with that. Car insurance is $1,000 a year. Oh my god, oh my god, that sounds beautiful. Oh, that sounds awesome. Better than our privatized system out here. American needs free healthcare and the ASAP. And that's why we got people. Oh, fucking hiccups. That's why you got people like Bernie Sanders and Luigi. Kind of Bernie being like the MLK style, then like Luigi being the more radical. But people are highlighting that, and more people now than ever, an average Joe people are, because like it's just becoming that increasingly unaffordable. Never, you'll never be hit by an uninsured motorist. Beast. We just need shit like that, bro. Even my friend Rip City, despite being left, himself and socialist as well, like he doesn't completely agree with that kind of broader idea, like I'm talking about, what we're mentioning. But it's like, why the hell not? I mean, because it's not just about automobiles and like cars and motorcycles, etc. Let's expand that to across the board, because, like, here in Oregon, we have like to a certain extent licensure and direct specific laws that you could literally get misdemeanors and tickets. If you don't abide by them with e-bikes and e-scooters and recumbents and shit like that. So why not just extend that across the board? When it comes to insurance and all these rules and laws, regulation kind of stuff, and all that shit, right? Like, I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, let's just like unify it and like socialize it to an extent where, regardless of what vehicle you're using, doesn't matter what it is, even if it is just a regular old bicycle, like, why not have like some, basic state level insurance for some shit like that? We're getting bad. Well, it could be way better. It's got way too many fucking problems, unfortunately. The fuck? Yeah, I love Play It Fucker. I know the song. Basic idea is to spread risk. Insurance to help the victim, not the driver. Well, of course. But also at least grant, the driver to be like, hey, yeah, you need at least a little aid, to fix your shit, but you're still a victim, so you don't get as much of the aid and shit. And in fact, also, even in the idea of like a socialized level insurance, plan kind of thing that I'm talking about, that would also be granted too. If you're just, if you really do get in a lot of accidents where you're the, fault of it, yeah, like you're gonna have to pay more, whether it's in taxes or whatever the fuck. Like you're gonna have to pay more on that shit more than the average person. Because if you are like being responsible as a driver and all that shit, then hey, you're gonna be paying some pretty cheap ass shit. But if you're actually generally that irresponsible, then yeah, like you do need to pay more because you're just, I mean, kind of a little bit of a liability. But we pay less. I know. It's just it's fucked, bro. I mean, I will say, like, when it comes to auto insurance and stuff like that, like, I mean, it's not like the biggest fish to fry in the pan, like, but it really is something that should be addressed a little bit, and at least talked about, when it comes to the broader scheme of like affordability and the crisis of affordability and shit, because there's so many people that sometimes if they get in an accident, regardless of their insurance and this and that, like that is like their livelihood, and now they're fucked, and now they can't like do deliveries, or they can't do this and that, or maybe now they don't have a place to live because they were living out of their fucking car. Like, I mean, there's a lot of factors where it could be really gently fucked for a lot of people just because now, whether it's insurance or, whatever, or even, especially bad fucking drivers and they get in an accident that's especially not even their fault, they're just fucked. I mean, and that's not fair. Generally not. It's really just like a circumstance of life bullshit. Like, I don't control the fact that there's some dumb fuck, that rammed into me. That's not my fault. I'm abiding by the laws and rules of the road, and this motherfucker ain't because they're being stupid for whatever reason. Like, that ain't my fault. Sometimes just shit happens. Insurance, especially in a privatized for-profit insurance system, they don't look at it like that. It's fucked. Paying someone in every instance so don't drag it out. That's probably for the best. I mean, obviously, someone's got to, ultimately be at fault, and that's fine. But just fucking speedline it. Yeah, pay for certain damages, but obviously, the one person who's at fault probably's got to pay, a lot more than the other. Like, let that be fine. That's okay. Like, there's ain't nothing wrong with that. But like, that's like civil court shit kind of stuff, that I would kind of lump it into, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But, like, that's the benefit of it, because that's honestly overall probably better and way more efficient than just this private insurance shit, like legitimately. I'll drive some almost perfectly bad, drive a record mostly luck but not skill. Yeah, Mostly just because it's about other people. It's other drivers and other even pedestrians and other folks. Like my friend who does deliveries, like I mean, well, because there is legitimately a skill to it, but it's also because like you have to kind of gamble and have some luck to make sure that you don't got some other dumb fuck being retarded and doing some insane shit, and you have to have skill and literally be like on the lookout like you're a fucking hawk, especially if you're in like in a downtown city area and shit like that. Because my friend does deliveries for Domino's and shit. Sometimes in downtown in Portland, and sometimes in like the Hollywood district area. Like he does it like in all sorts of different areas sometimes. But I mean, he will always let me know and talk about like, yeah, dude, like you have to literally have the skill to be like on your shit because there are too many dumb motherfuckers, whether it's pedestrians, people on e-scooters, homeless people, erratic drivers, asshole drivers, everything, literally everything, dude. And it's like, I mean, because if not, you will legit, even if it's not a fault of your own, being a wreck because like of some other dumb fuck that you're not paying attention to necessarily, even though it's not your fault, it's that other motherfucker. But that's why you have to like eyeball everything, especially when you're like, oh, this guy's being a little weird. I should probably like slow down or this and that. Like, just just shit like that. I mean, it's fucked. That's why I'm kind of like glad not really much of a driver, especially having that, especially as my fucking job. Ugh. No, thank you. Just sitting there and get hit. Dude, I've almost have been hit a few different times. There's like one time I was riding my bike and I was crossing the street on my bike, where it was my right of way. And this old fucking granny like just went, I'm looking this way. I have the right to turn because legally they also have the right of way to turn right, where they were at. But they didn't see me and fucking hit the back of my wheel and I skirted and drifted and like I had to stop and I looked back and it was like this old lady like, oh no. And I literally like, what the hell? Like, look both ways. Like, what are you doing? I literally yelled that out, not being like a total dick, but being like, that was your fault. Like, what are you doing? Like, yo, like, just watch what the fuck you're going next time. Like, look both ways and actually like know what you're doing. Because I had the right of way, pedestrian right away. Like, yo, like, do you not need to be driving anymore? Because I could tell you're like 80. Sorry, but like, what the fuck? Man, it's just like, man, there are, and that's not the only time either, but man, there are just some fucking tough fucks on the road, bro. And just some people that just literally should never be driving ever. And I've witnessed some accidents too because of people being fucking stupid. And I remember one distinctly back when I was in college where I just got off the max and I was actually talking to my mom on the phone for a little bit. And I literally looked over and I heard a screech like, "Arr!" And looked over and because someone stopped at the red light that was there, but then someone skirted and then crashed into them. And then they literally like just like drifted, not like literally, but like skirted like 20 plus feet across the intersection with fucking debris and everything everywhere. And then literally like some heavy smoke coming out of the fucking vehicle that rammed into it, where I'm like, that's probably about to be a fire. And it was like a fucking busy moment too. And I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, well, that fucking happened. I was like, Jesus, I'm gonna have to call you back, mama. And I was like, what the fuck? I looked over to see what happened, and of course, it was some dumb fucking like 20 some year old dipshit that was on their fucking phone, and the other person was just abiding by the law and the rules of the road, who was a little older, being like, my car, what the fuck? Ah, man, I'm a little sore. I know this is about to fuck me up, but what the fuck? Like, he was just more mad about the car than anything. I was like, oh no. At least you're fine enough and you're walking around and you're just mad, like, but and everyone else is kind of assessing the situation. And then the other bitch was just literally like, oh my god, that wasn't Aftermath 5. I kind of remember that vaguely, and I'm just like, as I was walking away, because she was trying to like explain herself to some other motherfucker, like, what were you doing? You know, kind of shit. I'm just like, oh, I already know there's probably going to be unironically arrest or some shit like that, or at least a very severe fucking like ticket or something. And I know that motherfucker is probably going to be like at least like suspended license for a long time. Because there are just some dumb fucks like that where they just won't pay attention. Ugh. That's why I'm just like, ugh. We need like, you know, we need to deal with that. We need to like get away from like automotive shit and start having more pedestrian and public infrastructural like transit shit instead of this fucking bullshit. Because it's ridiculous, dude. There are just some people are just too stupid. Like when people are patient enough to go around me. I mean, yeah, I get that, but it's better to be like somewhat safe, but also assertive. I mean, you know, you don't want to get in like a problem, but also you want to be that way too. I mean, because I've driven a little bit here and there and stuff, and it's like, I mean, and that is something that you gotta just do. You know, because you can't just like play it too fucking safe. You still have to like do your thing. But at the end of the day, if other people want to fucking be mad at you for playing it a little bit more safer than not, that ain't a big deal. But you can't be like super defensive either. Because it's like there's two, you know, type of drivers that are like the more dangerous ones. The very erratic, aggressive ones, and the I play it way too safe and I'm hyper defensive drivers. Like you gotta have the balance in between that. And not be aggressive in the sense of like, you know, being like a road rager, but at least being like, you know, all right, you're being too slow. Flick, new lane. All right, boom, doing this and that, you know, passing all this shit, you know, stuff like that, you know. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like you gotta have a balance with that type of stuff. Still driving, but yeah, 1966 car. Nice. You like it when old people drive crazy? I definitely don't. The last time my grandma fucking drove, who was like 95 at the time, was with me, and honestly, I literally was like holding on for dear life, like, oh my god, what the fuck? She followed the rules enough, but she was just a fucking speed demon, bro. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Are we gonna die? And there was a few times where she almost missed her turn, and then will erratically like get into the exit lane. I'm just like, ah! I'm like, oh no, no, dude, no, 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 no. You haven't been in my experience in my shoes where I've been in that situation. No. Which also validates and confirms what I feel like. Like, there should literally unironically be a maximum age when it comes to legally being able to drive. Like, I mean, dead ass. Like, because I, I just don't trust old people. I'm sorry. Ages, I don't give a fuck, whatever you call it. I don't give a damn. I don't trust them oldies. Pulling up Ethel a lot. Can't, you know, street signs, so much confusing gas, brake bells, Prince Rejoice yet. You're fucking insane. The fuck? Not when you're like a victim and potentially like a literal like. No, just no. You're insane. Grandma bought a 375 HP Cadillac. Nice. Nice. What color? Or is there like a multicolor scheme? Spot a naked person on a balcony from 8 blocks away. Such a random ass little. All right, well, damn. I probably could too because I got some eagle eyes. Because I will like literally like be like, oh shit, there's like some shit, bro, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh hell. Find like an eagle or like a bird or like some crawdads or like a snake or something. We all have grandmas. I mean, yeah. But I was asking a question on what like the color of that Cadillac was, and then that's what I was thrown. That's what was tossed back on the side of my court. Like, damn. Just like the song says, I probably should have stayed sober for that one. Actually, happened. That actually did happen around that 78 to me. Damn. What are they? Jazzy, Vito. I should generally double check to make sure they really didn't get into any of that shit. It's kind of bronze. Ooh, nice. That's a pretty decent color. Hey, Vito. Wow. Jazzy, no! You fucking big old feet. Oh my Jazzy. Wasn't a mess, but he tossed literally everything into a corner. You chunk. Probably should have expected that. Sort of a cop color. I will say, like, I know I can never really get one, but if I had like the fuck you money, and I could, I would totally get like a 1950s convertible Bel Air that was in an emerald green with like some like nice bronze highlights with a like cloud cream like kind of like color, like the emeralds on the top, on the back end, and then like the cream is on the front. That'd be fucking nice. Because I love the fucking look of a Bel Air. It just looks so nice and slick. You can get one. Well, now I found a bunch of fuck you money. I mean, I couldn't just grab one right now, kind of thing. I legit would need like some legit fucking, you know, some moolah for that. That's your industry. Well, maybe if I get, you know, enough success and moolah and other shit, I could probably be like, all right, let's do it. But that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I already know that much. You're the guy that fixes 50 cars here. Ooh, all right. I guess I suppose I could keep that in mind. I just know that it won't be anytime soon, unfortunately. I'm too much of a poor bitch. But to be fair, yeah, this is how a lot of Americans are right now. What time is it? Yeah, almost 2:30. Shit. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Been going on for nice, juicy fat meat. Because you guys just want to pass time, have a good home. Well, I always want to have one for a good home, yeah, just so I can like have fun with it and, you know, just straight up, like not have it as like a cruiser, but for certain adventures, maybe like for the coast or something, take it for a ride. Probably like the not literally, but like the boomer me, so to speak. The old soul kind of thing. Care for it, they'd like to give it to you. Well, I definitely would. Another problem is I just don't have the space for one. Like I would need, like, because I would need like a main driver, and I don't have space for a backup slash like a fun little thing like that. So, arguably, I do kind of have a friend that might, but I just unfortunately know they wouldn't take that much care of it, so they just wouldn't give it. You know what I mean? So. I don't know. All right. Curveball. Actually, speaking since it's been going on for the last minute, killed the last little bit is Brewski, at least. And oh shit, I'm at 9%. Actually, that actually works out pretty well. So I'll finish the last little bit of this, have another little bowl too, chill for a little bit more, have a little outro chat and all that. I'm gonna have to figure out, the meats and figure out what to cook up. Because I do actually kind of want to cook up a little something. Figure out what to whip. I'll figure that one out. Casino Chevy best can or something. Well, I definitely want to get like a travel van or like a camper van. Either like a Volkswagen or like a Chevy or something. Like, I mean, yeah, like a Chevy of some sort, especially like a travel slash camper van. That is something up my alley. Especially if me and my dog, like, if we were to go camping or traveling or this and that, like, yeah, that would be perfect. Because I would want to, like, configure it up enough to where I can, like, legit make the back space like a tiny little mini living space and shit. That'd be pretty dope. Have a couple little cabinets where I can have, like, travel cooking stuff. Little cabinet for, like, basic, non-perishable goods. Stuff like that. Maybe, like, a little mini fridge and things. That'd be pretty dope. You're such curled up and such an adorable croissant. You literally look like a totally burnt croissant. I don't know why you're giving me that look though. Just give me like this. It's like, what the fuck, Jazzy? Why? I give you compliments because you're a little sweet croissant. Look at the Fit 461 Chevrolet ads of the Dinosaur and Pat Boone. They're pretty good. I think I might have seen them before, but I'll definitely have to, check them out a little more. I've been seeing like this one channel that's been like doing like these 90s like remodernized like ads or whatever with some of these like mint condition like Chevy trucks and like family like truck fans and shit like that. I'm just like, man, I actually want one of these so bad. I'm just like, motherfucker, dude. I think there's just like a an era and a culture that's starting to rise with a lot of the retro shit right now, and I'm so happy for it, to be honest. Like, because we need to kind of start going back to like physical, like easy to work with and type of shit mediums and stuff, whether it's like games, cars, this and that shit. Like, I'm kind of enjoying that a little bit. See the USA in your Chevrolet. See the USA in your Chevrolet. Get yours at your local dealership. Giving him jam family, so we pretty much had all nice ones from next 65 onwards. Nice. Yeah, GM's always been pretty decent. Ugh. But I'm just gonna figure out a little what to whip up. Also, call my homeboy too, because I figured he would have been back home like a long time ago. So we've been going on for a nice little fat minute anyway. So I hate how August Brisbane has to be playing for the epicness, but I guess that's a great way to outro it out. But anyway, at least we'll call good for the rest of the night. Put a pin on all the fun conversation and all that good shit. Because of course we'll be back around for tomorrow. Around like 1 in the morning after work. But hey. Well, at least see y'all till then, right? So peace the fuck out. And see y'all then, whenever that happens to be.